What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to The Den. If you're not familiar with The Den, I am your host, Ed Honcho. Excuse me. And I'm glad that you could join me this evening. We're going to do something a little bit different. So if you don't know, you should know by now. I mean, the thumbnail and everything else will tell you. It just seemed like it just happened like that, man. That's the fucked up thing. But Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed in L.A. I believe they said like 6 times. I've heard people say shot in the head and some other things. It was him and 3 associates, and he died. I think the other 2 were in serious condition or something like that. It's all the Den socials, Facebook.com/DenShowLive, Instagram and Twitter at DenShowLive. I'm just going through the usual routine real quick. 1-833-284-3336, 833-2-THE-DEN, if you ever want to hit the Den whenever we're not live. At DenShowLive at Gmail, if you want to just contact the Den, you ever want to share your thoughts, your feelings, or whatever else it may be on whatever. TheDenShow.com, tell a friend about the Den, and if you want to tell them how to get here live, DenShow.com/live whenever we're live. Usually we go live every night at 10 p.m. I don't know if we're going to do that tonight. We're going to talk for a little while. We're going to see, kind of where the conversation goes, but I can't guarantee we're going to go live tonight. Shout out to everybody who supports the Den. If you want to support the Den, streamlabs.com/TheDenShow. Appreciate everybody who's been showing love as we try to reach the goal in which we're in pursuit of. So thank y'all for that. And if you want to become a Patreon supporter, patreon.com/TheDenShow. But all that really is irrelevant right now, man. Really, really irrelevant. And I don't know why this shit has been janky as of late. Been doing some old weird shit. I don't know why the fucking lights or whatever the fuck they doing. Fuck it. Yeah, ain't nothing to fuck with. But let's talk about it, man. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be real with y'all. Let me see what we got joining us this evening. Then we're gonna get to the conversation. We'll get to the conversation. Simply Deep, Jaja Era, Wink, Unbeaten Sports, Read a Book, Rigo. Let me see, Wink, Josh, Bama Boy, Kenneth, Versatile Titan, Gave You Power, Roman, 335, Mello, Unique, good to see you, Unique. It's always good to see you. Broderick, H-Town Lifer, Baker Man, Killing Boys, Nate Gonzalez, Chris Paul. Man, I'm telling you, Rob Myers, if you ain't never listened to no Nip, even if you're not familiar, all I'm telling you is go listen to that Victory Lap album. You ain't got to listen to none of the old shit. Yeah, shot in front of his kids is what I've heard. 33, I'm 34, man, and that's why I said this shit, I guess maybe it hit home. And it's not about, a lot of people gonna come and say, oh, he's one of those gang banging ass rappers, and fuck them if they own that shit, on some real shit. Like, fuck them if they own that shit, because we talk about, a lot of times in the Den, we talk about growth, man, we talk about development. I tell y'all here, I don't really fuck with the rap music too much anymore. I say it might be, 2 or 3 artists that I do still listen to, and only because they talking about growth in business and not about a bunch of bullshit. And Nipsey was one of those artists. Y'all heard me many times. They talking about, oh man, you Jim. I was like, man, if you've been fucking with the Den all last year, the only album I jammed all last year was Victory Lap. That was the only rap album I was listening to. People recommend this. I'd give it a play or listen to it, but Victory Lap consistently, shit, really the only album I'm still really fucking with. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I don't really give too many fucks. Let me just be straight up with you. I don't really give too many fucks about entertainers when they pass on, move on, whatever you want to call it. You care about their families, you're concerned about that stuff, you appreciate their art. But what I think Nip was on something different. If you really listen to the music, if you paid attention to the moves that this man made and the shit that he did independently, laying the blueprint, the business sense, all these motherfuckers want to run out and get deals and get fucked over by record labels or not understanding business, get fucked over by these contracts. And he gave a different level of game. He when I first heard him, I was put on, My old lady from Cali, so she'd put me on some shit. She was like, man, you need to check out that Nipsey. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I think she was listening to it. And I'm like, well, who is this? You know, this shit right here, he kind of jamming, you know what I'm saying? And I dig what he talking about. Okay, I'm fucking with it. And, you know, like I said, because I got a low tolerance for bullshit, man. I really do. You know, we have fun, we cackle, we kiki and shit in here, but I really got a low tolerance for bullshit, man. And real low tolerance for bullshit. And the thing is, you know, if you listen to him, man, he preaches knowing your worth, knowing your value. You know, I was talking about earlier, you know, he had motherfuckers out here buying $100 mixtapes. This shit. I can't think, no, I wouldn't buy a fucking limited edition MJ signed out for no goddamn $100. But he had, you know, this man was just, he had a business sense on another level. He had a little weed dispensary. That's nothing that's legal out there, so he was getting his money. He had a clothing shop where he was putting on, he was taking care of the people. The cold-blooded part about it is the fucking tweet that he sent out, you know. But basically, if I'm paraphrasing, like, having powerful enemies is a great thing. And, you know, he was just nominated for a Grammy nominated, right? Against, you know, the bullshit that they putting out there. An independent artist, not no bullshit, doesn't have a system behind him, don't have a machine behind him. And to be on that level that he was on, man. And again, they've been doing it for so long, you know, from Slauson Boy to the marathon. And I mean, even at this point, if you've been fucking with it, hey, the marathon continues, man. And what it should be is motivation. Because for a little bit, I was just sitting there for a few minutes and I was just like, damn, man, because I think about a lot of this shit and a lot of things that I think about and goals that I've set, I'm not going to lie, have come from sitting and listening to some Nipsey, and he'll say something and it'll just be like, God damn, you know what? I fucking feel that shit. And he talked about having powerful enemies is a blessing. And, you know, he talked about, you know, basically starting from scratch, coming out for probation, coming out the county and things like that. And it's a lot of shit that I could just relate to. You know, it's a lot of goals. Like, I'm not saying I'm there. I'm nowhere close to there yet, but it's places I want to be. And you to see somebody else, okay, you came from some situations, you know, you had some things going for him and put himself in a position. Exactly. Make a million white man. That whole look, I'm trying not to even really think on this shit because the shit is like, it's the man was preaching, man. And I don't know bullshit. Like I say, whatever your religious beliefs, whatever you believe. And there's so many angles to this shit, man. And I really don't know how to think about it. I really don't know what to think about it. Because we can look at the angle. I know a lot of people talking about the Dr. Sebi thing and, you know, it could be a conspiracy, but shit, he's been working on that for quite some time. He's been very vocal about that for a long time. You know, then, you know, the fact that he was just making business moves, you can think about old gang ties. There's some hating ass niggas out there, man. It's some niggas who hate you. And as soon as they got access to a chance to do it, they will. There's some niggas who don't want to see you make nothing of yourself. You know, just for the sake of because. You know, motherfuckers want to be the man. I talk about this all the time. Motherfuckers want to be the man, but don't know what it takes to be the fucking man. And I feel so conflicted about a lot of shit. I tell, you know, we talk about this motherfucker all the time about, hey man, get your shit. If you in the hood, if you down bad or whatever you at, you get the fuck up out the hood, man. But not knowing who, what, where, when, or how this situation occurred. And I know a lot of people are taking the government angle, and I can see it. I mean, I can see it, but at the same time, I try to be logical about certain things. And shit, if that was the case, you know, hey, look, they tried to off Sebi a long, long time ago. Sebi lived to a nice old age, and I'm not saying that he wasn't still healthy and all that other stuff, but you know, there's a lot of ties that could have been wiped out a long time ago if that was the case. And let's be realistic. Even with the Dr. Sebi angle, let's be realistic about how people are. Let's think about human psychology and how people operate. Man, anybody who was gonna give a damn about Dr. Sebi already knows about Dr. Sebi. Anybody who gonna just be getting put on from a documentary, I'm not saying it's too late for them, but they gonna already have their own beliefs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you know about Dr. Sebi already, it's because like, I'm talking about, I doing shit about a while back before he really started getting super popular. And, you know, we try to put people on. I forgot who it was that put me on. Might have been Baker, man. Somebody probably put me on. But, so if you don't know about him by now, then I don't think that was just going to change the game. I think that he was just going to clarify the story and shit. I mean, he's already gone, so what you going to change about that? But my thing is, man, yeah, exactly, left eye and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just a fucked up situation, man, because again, like I say, he's not like these little new niggas that's just dancing around and saying dumb. This man was giving game on every line, never a wasted bar. Like, again, like I said, I have a low tolerance for bullshit. There's no way I could listen to that shit if it was the case. And, you know, it just happened so fast, man. The shit is fucking, it's crazy, man. And this is why I tell you, like I said, I don't know, because, man, let's be honest. You can talk about government ties, but let's not dismiss that niggas in the hood will hate you. I mean, niggas in the hood will hate you, man. It's a lot of shit, and you can't, don't be surprised if the two is tied together. If it was a government type of conspiracy, man. And look, hey, all you gotta do is go find some more hating ass niggas who ain't got shit going for them in the hood. Hey, man, look, you wanna make a little change? You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is, man. And the fucked up thing is, yeah, this man now is gonna be, yeah, a lot of people gonna get put on to him. But how many people gonna take that shit and really apply it? A lot of people gonna start listening to it, but how many people gonna start applying that shit? I'm gonna be honest, like I say, a lot of these dreams, a lot of these goals, and I'm not saying I didn't have them prior to, but sometimes you gotta see that example. Sometimes it helps to know that, you know, you can be. Sometimes, you know, you wanna be the trendsetter, you wanna be the trailblazer. You know, I'm thinking in a different lane, but you see these things and you're like, man, you know, it is possible. Yeah, everybody got a price. That's what I say. I don't care. Don't let nobody tell you no bullshit that they don't have a price. Everyone has a price. I have a price. You have a price. And what you got to understand is that price ain't always fucking money. You know what I'm saying? That price ain't always fucking money, man. And so this is one of those, like, this is who the youth should have been listening to. This man was giving you the blueprint. Like, and this is why I would say the things I would say about, this is why I would say the shit that I would say about, man, there's always a way. If you put your mind to it, there's a way. This man could have been just like any one of the rest of them little niggas around his way, man. And never heard of him, or he could have been your average local rapper still doing a bunch of bullshit, you know. But this man was trying to build a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And they knew it. He was talking about, you know, $1 billion move with the property, real estate investments he was making. Just, yeah, they go long. I know what you're talking about, yeah, man. But I'm just saying, it's like, and that's why I say it's only a few niggas I'm still fucking with when it comes to rap music. The only niggas that I'm really listening to, and I ain't even checked out new Currency in a while. It was Currency, it was Nipsey, and I'll occasionally still fuck with some Slim, because, you know, so I peep what Slim is doing. But that's the thing. That's what you're saying. If you ain't got a price, they're gonna blackmail you. You know, if somebody sits here and tell you, man, nah, you can't buy me out. Okay, well, if I put a pistol to your mama head and tell you, hey, what you gonna do? You finna bust a move. Unless you just that cold hearted. I put a pistol to your kid's head, what you gonna do? You gonna bust a fucking move, man. And so, oh yeah, Crit, I can't sleep on Crit. I guess, look, I'm sleeping on Crit. Kendrick, I'm 50-50 on Kendrick. Cole, I fuck with Cole here and there, but they, like I said, I respect all what they do, and I'm not knocking them. But like I say, it's just as far as me that I really be checking for. But then all them niggas is legit. Crit gets slept on a lot too. But my thing is, man, it's like it's time to switch it up. If this man can't show you, like I say, I can't tell you if it was a government move. I can't tell you if it was a hood. I can't tell if it wasn't both of them, man. But it's time for us to start saying, stop praising this bullshit. Let's get away. I mean, like, it's time, man. It's like, again, I remember where I was when Pac died. I couldn't tell you where I was when Biggie got hit. I couldn't tell you where, I knew where I was when Screw died. I remember where I was when Hawk died. And Screw and Hawk, that might be, if y'all not from the city, if y'all not from H-Town, y'all might be like, okay, well, I don't understand who you're talking about. Those are some local legends. I remember where I was when Pat died. And as much as I love what they was on, that was for the culture, man. You know, that was an H-Town thing. What Nip was on was the information everybody needed. You know what I mean? And the thing is, whether you white, black, green, gray, or purple, yeah, he was doing it for black people. And it's why I tell niggas, you know, that's why, because it's a prime example of why I say, nigga, man, I don't want to hear all this bullshit. And you can say, oh, what is the government that often? Could be, we don't know. We talk about black leaders. We talk about all that stuff. That's fine and dandy. But my thing is, he made the moves. He was making the moves while he was alive. He made the switch. And if more motherfuckers start making the switch, hey, look, they can't kill us all. And if they do, well, fuck it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But my shit is this. My shit is, we gotta fucking change the fucking game. Exactly. Self-empowerment. So for all these motherfuckers who sitting, oh, I dropped out, I can't be this, or I did this, I can't. Man, fuck all that. That man made moves, that man changed the game, and he fucking did what was necessary. I don't know who Jay Electron is. I'm not sure who that is. But my thing is, man, it's fucked up because that's a message that ain't too many motherfuckers preaching right now. You know, that's a message that ain't too many motherfuckers preaching right now. And it's sad. It's sad because you lost a very important voice, a very important example. Because now you got a bunch of these clowns running around doing whatever the fuck they doing. That, you know, they the puppets on the string. They the ones selling you that bullshit. And it's time to change it up. It's time to get away from the dumb shit. It's time to get away from the bullshit. If this shit don't hit you and make you say, hey, you know what? It's time for, but that's why I tell niggas, hey, you got to access, do what you got to do. Get the fuck out the hood, man. Get the fuck up out the hood, man. Exactly. He did what he had to do. You know, with old gal, he represented her like his queen, and he you know what I'm saying, he had her in his videos, and he represented, man, when they stepped out fly. It wasn't on no, you know, just on some overly hood shit. Yeah, he was hood to the core. He was with it, but he knew how to get fly. He knew how to do things in a business sense. He had that little thing, and there's a lot of gay people out there right now. There's a lot of gay people out there right now. Don't let them get you triggered and all that other shit, because he posted a picture a while back, I want to say it was last year sometime, where he had like a little meeting, and it was all black men. It was black mentors, some young black men and things. The stuff that you want to see, the stuff that we don't get those images of. And he was just talking about, hey, look at this, all, you know, stand-up black men, you know, no homosexuality being pushed, no, you know, none of that stuff. And the gays got mad because, oh, well, what's wrong with being homosexual? Hey, man, look, you got your lane. You got, like, your lane ain't in everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to put your lane. You don't get to put your toe in every avenue. You know, you got a lane for gays that black people don't get included in, and whatever it is, if they are because they're gay, not because they're black. So why can't we have a lane where, you know, hey, black men doing something right, where black men are doing a stand-up thing and being an example? Because we need more of that. You know, I'm done. I've been done with this whole, hey, let's post on the fucking block on the corner. Or when we wondering why we getting harassed by the law. When nigga, you on the corner posted up with a bunch of motherfucking pistols and a bunch of bullshit. What you think gonna fucking happen, man? Of course they gonna fuck with you because you an easy target. You making it easy and then getting mad about that. I wasn't. Yeah, you was fucking doing something. Let's stop with the bullshit, man. Like, y'all know how we talking here. And I'm open up the line here shortly. I'm gonna stop talking too much shit. But exactly, ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas, man. That shit went so hard, man. And I'm telling y'all, those y'all been fucking with me in the den. And I've been telling y'all and fucking with me in the sauce. And like I say, on the weekend, I've been kind of low key this week because I've been trying to just get the shit right. Because I've been talking about some old hate ass motherfuckers and some other shit. And it's like I'm ready to push something. I'm ready to, you know, 2019, I got dreams for not just me, but for the round table, for everybody who fuck with it. And I don't know, man, this shit is, I'm feeling fucked up inside, but I'm feeling fired up. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm out of touch with society, with life, with things, but I don't know what about this, man, because it's just like I say, it's one of the few motherfuckers that I would listen to consistently. And it was just like those messages, those anthems that he was providing, it was just inspirational. Now, it's like, you know, it's no more listening. It's like, it's 100% action from here on out, man. And so my thing is this, man. It's like, hey, I want to win. And I want everybody who's fucking with me to win. And like I say, it's time to go all out. Like, I'm fucked up about it, man. I'm fucked up about it, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I really am. Ian Simpson, appreciate the love, man. I'm finna open up the line, man, and like I said, y'all just gotta forgive me. I know y'all used to a certain kind of Honcho. Y'all know y'all used to me certainly being in a different kind of mood, you know, even when shit be down, trying to clown. Like, I really ain't even got it in me right now, man. Like, I ain't got the jokes. I ain't got the motherfucking, I just want to talk about it, man. I just want us to, you know, use this platform to let's just chop it up, man. Let's talk about it. See, I can't fuck with young boy. That nigga on some old knucklehead shit. I can't fuck with the knucklehead shit, man. Like, niggas may have a little song to that jam, but I can't. You gotta understand the power of music. You gotta understand the power of words and what this shit does. You may not think it does, but it does, man. Give me a second. Let me open up the line, man. I just want to know how y'all feeling. I want to know what y'all thinking, man. Everybody, if you new to this, you know, you ain't true to this. I see we kind of deep in here. Man, subscribe. We go live every night at 10 p.m. But we had to do something a little bit different today because this is a different occasion, man. This is a different situation. It's real unfortunate. And I'm not gonna lie, like, this ain't about trying to capitalize on no timing or nothing. Like, this shit really has me feeling some kind of, because it's not about a rap, nigga. It's not about the rap. Like, yeah, the rap was cool, but when you see a motherfucker making moves, somebody really doing shit who came up out of nowhere to become something. Appreciate it, Quang. Appreciate you the newest friend in the Zen. Denizen Degenerate. Part in the background, I ain't even got my lighting up right. But let me open up the Denline, man. We're gonna take some calls, man. I want to know how y'all feeling. I just want to know what's on your mind and what do you think this situation means? You know, what's your outlook on it? We're gonna put the 5-minute rule in effect, just in case, you know, we get some calls in. So if I cut you off at 5 minutes, you know, we're gonna take it how it go. Let's see, we got some calls coming in. Let me see, make sure I got the right shit. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Hello.
Hi, so you can hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Let me see. We good?
They coming in. Hello?
Hold on. Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Hold on. Let me see. My shit might have switched back up. I don't know hold on. I forgot I did this yesterday. Yeah, the shit keeps switching back. Hold on 1 second. All right, my fault, because I got this other mic set up, so the shit been switching from the default. Now let's take some calls real quick. I'm blowing up the line. We're gonna get them right. My fault. I think that was prepaid that was hitting in, so make sure you call back, man. You know, I know you got some good insight. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in the den this evening?
Hey, man, this is Ken.
Already, Ken, what you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Oh, man, I just kind of want to speak on this little Nipsey thing for a minute. You know,
Okay.
I'm not gonna go too long, but you know, funny story. A few months ago, I remember we were in the den talking about music and stuff. We were talking about, you know, the old generation and what these new rappers do and all this other stuff. And I remember I don't know, after I hung up, I remember you were talking about, you know, I don't fuck with some of these new rappers because of what they doing or whatever. And you mentioned Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
And when you mentioned that, I was like, man, Nipsey Hussle, I mean, I guess he cool or whatever. You know, I wasn't really fucking with him or whatever. And then, you know, after the den, you know, I went in and I think I was listening to Victory Lap. And I was like, man, this nigga got some good shit in this album. So I started fucking with him more and more after you mentioned that. I was like, man, Honcho was kind of right, you know. This new music, you know, it kind of bumps, and I see why he fucked with this or whatever. And I was like, man. And then I started hearing that he used to give out scholarships for STEM. Like, he used to give out STEM scholarships and all that other stuff. And I was like, man, this man really doing something. You know, he really doing something positive. And that's why I started rocking with Nipsey Hussle. It was I think you mentioned it or whatever, because I didn't really rock with his music. I heard one of his hits or whatever, but I never really bothered to go hear all of his catalog and all the other stuff. But yeah, that's all I wanted to drop, man.
All right. Well, that's the best, man. I'm glad you got to catch some of it, man. And like I say, go check out some of the old shit too, man. Just like I say, you got mixtapes on mixtape, man. I'm sure they all over the place. But appreciate you calling in and sharing that with me, Kenneth.
Yeah.
All right. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hello. Yes, I'm calling into the den.
All right.
I want to know, do you think this has something to do with Dr. Sebi?
Dr. Seavey. Man, like I say, it's a possibility, but like I say, my thing is, man, I know that he's been working on this for quite some time, so I'm not going to attribute it all of that. I mean, it's always a possibility. You can't put nothing out of the picture until we know for sure. But, you know, this man was making a lot of business moves, and when you're doing a lot of things, you're going to get a lot of eyes, a lot of attention. You can think hating ass niggas, old gang ties, you know, it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of angles that it could come from. So I'm not going to, you know, pigeonhole it because I don't know for sure. But who we got calling in?
Hi, my name's Faye. I'm from Ohio.
Faye from Ohio? Okay.
I used to be in the music industry. I got turned off because of the politicalness of it now.
Yeah.
It's getting out of hand. It's to the point that these young men and women can't come out without it being a problem. Look what happened to Triple X. Now this with Nipsey Hussle, it's just ongoing. Like, why is that man dead as much help as he provided to the community? I don't understand it.
I agree, man. I agree. Like I say, he did so much, you know, to change the game. And that's what I say, you know, because a lot of people come from maybe not the best circumstances, but that was a living example of, hey, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. You can change your circumstances. You can change your game as long as you change your mind. But now, you know, unfortunately, life cut short way too soon, man. And I agree with you. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of bullshit. There's no authenticity. We were talking about the other night how it's just a formula and you know, it's structured. There's no original music. And this guy was original. This guy was really putting out a message, and he was living what he was talking, which is what you don't get from these artists nowadays. The ones that they do promote, you know, a lot of this fugazi shit, a lot of this bullshit, man.
Right. It's so gang related. It's so violent, tinted. It's just out of hand. Like here in Ohio, when they trying to come up from the underground, it's a do anything mentality to get there. We at a point now in America, where there is no value for a black life. And that's a shame. Somebody can give one of these little niggas $100 and they'll go do something at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And we deal with death different when it's murder. This man didn't die of a illness or accident. Somebody literally went to his place of employment, his business, and killed him. It's just senseless.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But who do you think, man? I mean, who do you think? Are we just as bad being black people? You know, as accepting the lack of value in our own lives? Do we devalue our own lives? Because you saying we could pay one of these little niggas $100. That mean obviously they don't care too. I mean, how do you feel about that?
It saddens me because it doesn't even take anything. Just, you know, personally, people is dealing with this personally. What people need to understand is when somebody dies, it affects more than just their family. Like here in Ohio, when these young boys get killed, every mother around here feel for the mother. We pray that it don't be our child next. So it's kind of like we walking in the same shoes. Within the last 2 years, I've been to over 7 funerals of kids where I got to be in there and speak. Ain't too much to be said because I deal with the kids in my neighborhood, good or bad. I try to steer them from the wrong path, gang life, drug dealing, go to school, this, that, and the other. It's not enough of us doing it.
No.
Their role models are thin. They don't have enough businessmen to look up to. They see the dope man. They see the rappers. They glorify it right now.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to listen to no political rap music. They want to hear all the dangerous rap music. It's sad. I mean, and I don't really know how we can fix it. People keep saying, come together, come together. How can we come together when parents is advocating how their children are acting?
No.
I know a mother right here, right now. I called her up to diffuse a beef between my nephew and her son, right?
Yeah.
Guess what she told me? Well, if he kill him, I got more sons. I hung up on her because you don't give a fuck.
And that's the problem, man. And hey, look, I hate to cut you short, but you know, we got like a 5-minute rule. But man, hey, I hope you tune into the Den because we talk about things like this quite often, and I would love to hear.
I'll be calling you back, and I'm gonna start watching more often. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your call. Man, that's some wild. That's some wild shit right there, man. And that's the mentality though. Like, you know, man, that's fucked up, man. That's some fucked up shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's cracking, huh? Dreamer, homie.
Dreamer, what's the motherfucking deal? I know you out there in Cali, man. How's it sounding around your way, man?
Man, what happened with the homie Nix, man?
Man, he got shot in front of his store. Got shot and killed, man. Shot 6 times.
That's fucked up, homie. Damn.
Yeah, that's.
And you know, as another street motherfucker, man, we all feel that shit, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's too fucking bad, homie.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey. You know what I'm saying? You feel bad, homie. That was somebody's daddy, man, somebody's brother.
Yeah. They said they shot him in front of his kids, man.
Fucked up, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These fucking streets are cold, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out out there, man. Fucking, that was a cool motherfucker right there, man. You know what I mean?
I agree, man. It's cold-blooded, man. So what do you suggest? Like I say, because you familiar with the streets, man. If somebody trying to get out that shit, man, what is their best bet, man? Is it to get up out the hood and try to do their own thing, man? Or is the hood don't love nobody? I mean, how you feel about it, man?
Shit, well, getting out of the hood, homie, that's a whole mission in itself, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting in's a motherfucking mission, getting out's a fucking mission too, you know what I mean? But, you gotta, the first opportunity you get, man, you gotta break, homie. You know what I'm saying? Don't hesitate. Don't fucking worry about what people are gonna think. Just fucking go, man, especially when you got a family, homie. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause ain't nobody gonna give a fuck, man, when they bury your ass, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The only ones that stay behind to deal with all that shit's the fam bam, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, straight up.
That's why I feel for this shit right here, homie. Cause that's another homie dead and gone right there. You know what I mean? Like, representing the streets, talked about real shit. I fucked with the marathon a lot, homie. You know
Man, what?
Head bumping that shit.
Damn, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's sad, homie.
Yeah.
It's sad, man. I mean, it don't really matter the color and shit. Homie's the homie, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
wild.
man, that's fucked up, homie. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to hear that. Condolences to his family and all his fans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was one for damn sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad, homie. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to call and fucking shed some light on that shit myself. You know, send my condolences out there. I'm pretty sure everybody's feeling sad right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think it's the general consensus. Everybody feeling kind of the same way. You know, I think everybody, because you know, usually you got some haters somewhere, but I mean, everybody from what I've been seeing have been showing pretty much love, man, and it's a fucked up situation.
Fuck them haters, man.
Yeah.
Fuck those fools that are hating. They don't know no better, man. They're fucking idiots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's cool what you're doing, homie. You know what I mean? You're fucking letting people call in and fucking express their feelings and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's real right there, homie. You know what I mean? That's why I like you, dog. That's why I fuck with you, homie.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that want to get in there and call, homie. So I'm gonna cut this short.
Okay, man. I appreciate you calling, no Dreamer.
Hey, homie, you know what's up.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Nips, dog.
Already. That's the best. Shout out to Dreamer, man. And it is, man. And like I say, ultimately, like I say, it don't matter what it is. Like I say, man, because if you coming from the bottom and you trying to make it to the top, and you can see what the situation is. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Man, it's prepaid, man.
What's going down,
heavy, bro?
Man, I feel you, bro. What you want to drop on the den tonight, prepaid, man?
Man, you know, today hurt because we lost a good one today.
Yeah.
We lost a stand-up guy today, man. Somebody who championed his people.
Mm-hmm.
Too many motherfuckers who, you know, we got out here who just, you know what I'm saying, $1 bill, they'll go out here and tell you anything. Rap about killing each other, pills, all that bullshit. Man, we had some in Nipsey.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know one thing about me, bro. I'm always about empowerment. I love my people. I love everything about us, bro. But until we change the way we view each other, this is another formality.
Mm-hmm.
Because as bad as it hurt for Nipsey, we just lost Triple X. We lost Big. We lost Pop. We lost Hawk. You know what I'm saying? We lost Fat Pat. We gonna keep this cycle ain't gonna never change, bro, because we don't value each other's lives.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about who you're affiliated with. That man was a father.
Yeah.
That man had a wife or old lady. That man took care of his community. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My wife is from LA. You know, grew up in Slauson area.
Yeah.
I know that whole area. I know exactly where his store is at. I was there not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I can tell y'all right now, wasn't no fucking government killed him.
Straight niggas.
Y'all know who did that. Y'all know who did that. He did everything you supposed to do as a black man. You provide for your family, you provide for others, you create an avenue for others to get on, and you know what they did? Is the appreciation? They killed him. That man just sell drugs right there. Came back, bought the stove, was providing income for other people. And this is what we do, man. Now I'm gonna tell y'all the real problem, what's really going on. Right before he got hit, they got people all outside with him taking pictures. Yet we don't know who killed him. Y'all dealing with this old street code, this old no snitching shit, man. This man is gone, can never come back. All them people out there, don't nobody see nothing? I'm disgusted, bro. Yeah. I'm disgusted. Black people, we gotta do better, bro. If this shit don't hit home to you, man, never will.
I agree.
Bro, hey, bro. Everybody, man, stay prayed up, bro, because we need it.
Yeah. And
if you got some partners out here living life wrong, or some man, call and tell you love them and tell them to change their ways, bro. That's it for me. I'm out.
I really appreciate it, Prepaid. Man, and I want to touch on what he said, man. They tell you people you love them, man. Because if you don't ever motherfucking know. That's something I preach on super tough, not even just from the past. But tell your people you love them. Don't be ashamed if you're a man to tell your partner that you love them. Ain't no whole shit in that. You know, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Man, it's Wink, bro.
Already, Wink. What you want to drop at the den tonight, man?
Man, this shit, like, I wasn't no fan of his music, but like I done seen posts and shit like that, you know, on social media, and I've seen the platform with this man. Man, he put me on, like, it was a video I seen a couple of months ago, and he was talking about like gangs and how dudes get, like, you know, how they view that shit and the time you get, just putting dudes on gangs. Not that he was just letting you know if you're gonna be involved with some shit, just know the risk that come along with it, and how motherfuckers that do this and do that to you, how you get in the penal system and all kind of shit. And man, this man got a beautiful family, and just think, nigga, his kids finna have PTSD their whole life, nigga, and they ain't never gonna get that thought out of their head, and they ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight after seeing their daddy get shot in the head, and ain't no telling where else the fuck they shot him. You know what I'm saying? But what did he do to deserve that? You know what I'm saying? Like the man in buying up, like the last caller said, man, buying up the community, man, doing everything he can to ensure that not only he straight, that the community and even the hating ass niggas who took his life would be straight.
Exactly.
If they had came to him, approached him, been like, bro, show me the game. I feel like I'm gonna end up doing some whole ass shit out here, and I don't want to take nobody's life. They could have approached that man, and he could have seen the fear in their eyes of what it takes to be a man and or a woman in here in these streets. And the man could have mentored you. The man, all you had to fucking do was be like, man, I'm gonna do something. And the man probably could have saved your life instead of you taking his, and could have took you to a place and showed you greatness that you never would have been able to attain on your own. And it's unfortunate. And it's so funny, man. My wife, you know, was just sitting in the back room, and I'm looking at my son. I'm 33 years old, just like he was today. And I look at my son, man, and he's smiling at me and shit like that. And, you know, I gave him a high five and shit because he being potty trained and shit like that. He's 2 years old. I can only imagine if I get gunned down or some shit like that over some senseless bullshit because a motherfucker don't got a way to get it, or he ain't motivated enough to get up, do something on his own, or he don't want to open his mouth and get the help he needs from those that he really admires. And it was somebody who admired this nigga deep down who killed him. It's a true fuck nigga and or woman, because I can count that possibility out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, ain't no telling, you know, what the situation was going on in his mind. Just know you're going to die a coward. You're going to die a fucking coward the rest of your life, you bitch ass nigga. You're going to die a coward. You're going to die a hoe ass nigga when it's all said and done. When we look up your Wikipedia page and when we find you, nigga, I'm going to go on there and make sure, nigga, when you die, I'm going to put die the hoe ass nigga.
No.
I'm going to update it myself because anybody can put anything up there. And I'm going to let it know it was edited by me. First, middle, and last name. You know what I'm saying? Because it's this type of shit, because I can really understand what the man was trying to do. He was doing it Fuck what he was trying to do, what he was doing.
Yeah.
Why would we say trying to do it? The nigga was doing it. What the fuck I'm talking about?
Was a living example, man.
He like the man was a decent young man. He was out here doing some shit for his family, creating a legacy. His legacy, had, been shut down today over some hoe shit.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that his kids won't get to. He won't get to, give his daughters away. He won't get to see his kids have kids. He won't be able to see them graduate. He won't be able to see and put them on game. But they're gonna always be able to reflect on the shit that he was trying to teach his people, that they're gonna be able to look back on. And it's gonna be up to those who were the closest to him, and they got to hold on to the memories that they have of him later on in life, and never forget who the fuck he was to them. Because that's all that's gonna matter. Because they never gonna get over this.
Exactly. That's some fucked up shit, man. This shit just it's unreal. But the one thing is that the music is still there, and you can't get rid of that.
Right.
And the music, he laid the blueprint on a lot of that music. So a lot of y'all who just kind of wondering, trying to tune in, trying to figure it out, the blueprint is there, man. Shit, it's enough. It's enough digital images, enough interviews. It's enough. The man laid a lot of game out there. The man laid a lot of blueprints out there. And even if you're not a fan of the music, just go watch his business acumen. Was on a different level.
To be honest, it's his interviews and it's his interpersonal, like how he was in person, was what intrigued me, in his mind, because it was just like, his music, I done seen him on shit. There's plenty of shit, but like, I haven't really delved off in this music. I can't even say if I'd be lying to say like, man, I'm finna just go ahead and go check out, because I don't know if I am or I'm not. I can be real enough to say that. But what I can say is watching interviews and seeing how he react. He always had the utmost respect from everybody. And that's for motherfuckers in Houston. That's for motherfuckers in L.A. That's for motherfuckers in New York. That's for motherfuckers in Florida. They know he wasn't no poo butt ass nigga, no industry nigga like these hoe ass niggas that they creating in Atlanta right now. I'm sorry, I ain't talking about Atlanta, but these niggas in Atlanta is some hoe ass niggas on the mic. They some sucker ass niggas putting on dresses, nigga kneeling down in front of hoes with AK-47s in their mouth sucking on the barrel. Nigga, I don't want my kids seeing no hoe ass shit like that. And if you even let your kids watch that, nigga, I gotta question you. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't built like me, and if you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, but I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna make sure that my son becomes a man.
Exactly.
And he ain't gonna become no man watching or diagnosing and listening to every whole ass thing he can and be misinterpreted as something else.
Man, here's the deal, Wick, but I ain't gonna need to cut it short, man. We got the 5-minute rule of the film.
I know the 5-minute rule, man, but I just had to call in and spill that, man. Shout out to every man, woman, and father in this chat, man. Make sure you kiss your children goodnight.
Man, yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate the call there, Wink.
Already, bro.
Already, man. I see y'all blowing up the line tonight, man. This one, it seemed like it's done hit home, What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's up, man? This is, bro, I can't even imagine. I'm so hurt right now.
I'm sorry, I ain't catch your name, man. What you say?
My name is Miles.
Miles, what's the motherfucking deal, Miles? Welcome to the den. What you want to drop on this one tonight, man?
Bruh, so, I'm in high school, bro. I'm a youngin'.
Yeah.
And, all my life, I've been taught just about, like, hip-hop and, like, what you should take out of it. And, like, honestly, right, this is sad, dog. Yeah. Because I feel like, personally, at that point in his life, he was really tapping in on something, like, real, dog. Because, like how, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they always reached it at, like, one point in their life where they were hitting something, like, really mentally. Like, they were like, they were kind of figuring things out. And, everything started to open up to them. They were just like, they kind of looked at how things were and what needed to be changed. And it just opened their mind, like, completely. And when they saw it, it was just like everything changed. But Nipsey, bro, this black on black kind of got to stop. But, it's crazy, bro, because he was, like, one of the realest, man. He really was. His music was just everything. And, coming from me, like, as a youngin', I see, like, a lot of people and the stuff they listen to. It's, especially because the kind of school I go to, it's diverse. Only thing you would just be hearing is, like, kids talking about Papa and Sandy's and stuff, and, like, all this bull crap. But like me, I just always make sure like the hip hop that I know resonated with me, like Kendrick, Cole, Nipsey. I mean, honestly, because those dudes right there, they always talked about something real.
Yeah.
They always did, and that's just something I could take out of it.
Miles, if you don't mind me asking, what area of the country you calling from, man?
I'm coming from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Already shout out to Charlotte. That's a bet, man. And so, man, so you think this is a problem with this younger generation with a lot of the shit that they listening to, man? I mean, what would you say? Well, if you were to give it a percentage of the youth around your age, how many would you say are more like-minded like you, and how many would you say are just kind of caught up in this mainstream pill popping ass shit? If you were to give a percentage.
Okay, I would say about a good 75%. As far as like the popping pilling and just all that, man. Because honestly, bro, I only knew a few people that really takes, you know, serious into what they listen to. Like, you know, I'm coming from South. I'm coming from like the South.
Yeah.
And you know, the South is just nothing but like, honestly, the South is so ignorant with their music, yo. Honestly, you hear the kind of South stuff that goes on, but like, bro, come on, man. I mean, it's just like, it's really ignorant. And like, you know, the people that I know that I'm real cool with, they listen to the kind of music that I listen to. Like, it can at least take something away from it. Like, it doesn't really, because I mean, we all have that one artist that kind of, you know, has a little bit of, you know, a little bit thug and like ignorance to him. But it's like, honestly, the people that I know of, they don't be listening to that kind of trash. Because, I mean, if my mom would have seen me in the car listening to some ignorant stuff like that, she'll look at me like, boy, what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense, man. It makes no sense. But, you know, I'm not that kind of person. Like, the music that I listen to, especially in Nipsey, I'll make sure I pass it down to my brothers, man. That's what I'll be telling them. I'll be like, Evan, Jaden, I'll be like, look, man, y'all can't, don't listen to any of that ignorant stuff y'all hear out here, because they're not going to take anything away from it at all. You're just not. You're not, man. And just to everybody out there, make sure you really keep that realness of music, you know, just pass it down generation to generation, you know, no matter what genre it is. Yeah. But, you know, you really got to just keep that realness, bro. And, you know, coming from me, you know, I'm glad that I was be able to, like, put on with, like, you know, different artists as far as, like, you know, Tupac, Biggie. Like, I'm just glad I was able to really be put on to, like, them when I was young, because that kind of taught me of what real hip-hop was. Yeah. Okay. But, yeah.
All right, man, Miles, man, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts, man, like, sincerely. Now, you know, you keep up the good shit, try to influence some of the youth. I know a lot of them lost in all this glamour and flash and diamonds and bullshit, but, you know, hey, you know, convert the ones you can, man, give them some of that good game and have them listen to some of that real shit, man. But, yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation, but I appreciate your call, man.
Hey, no problem, man. I'll make sure I keep the word out here.
Already,
you have a good night, bro.
You too. I appreciate it.
Peace, man.
Let me see. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Already, Josh. What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
All right, man. But I'm just being honest, man. I ain't really listened to him like that, like you have, and everything else. And I ain't gonna lie. The first person I thought about as soon as I heard this happen was actually Honcho. I was just like, damn, man. I know it was gonna be hard for him. I was surprised you even done this show tonight, honestly, because I know I know how much you fuck with him. I know you emphasize about music a lot, because I was that person that was listening to a whole lot of, you know, catchy music that was kind of like, well, it sounds good. I mean, it's what everybody else listens to. It is what it is. But I listened to him a little bit after what you said a month ago when you talked about, I mean, it resonated with me, but it pretty much resonated like what he pretty much did more than his actual music lifestyle. And I can just, and to be honest, like in America, pretty much in life, really, it's just like, it almost makes sense that this has happened, because it's almost, because usually everybody say this, man, history is bound to repeat it if, you know, you don't pay attention to it. And like everybody said, I mean, how many rappers that do the right thing gotta die before we do something about it, really? So even when because the first thing I thought about, I was just like, well, you know, maybe, you know, people over higher places did it. But then again, it does make sense for people to be jealous and for people to do what they have to do. And that's the thing with me. That's why, like, I didn't really know a lot of people like that, but it always reminds people, because I know what's going on right now is that Boosie interview he was talking about, man, you got to leave your own city, man, because got people in this world that real life hate you.
Yeah.
And I understand that 100% because I know school is a small sample size, but I was a dude nobody fucked with, and then I got fame all of a sudden because I put work in on social media. Everybody want to do, and everybody want to do something, and then all of a sudden that dies out. I go to something different. No one cares about a dude no more. I do something else. I get big time. People hate me. All of a sudden I disappear. I was like, oh, I hope you down there. I hope just bad things happen to you. So, and I know that's a small sample size, but it's just the way we live life right now, and I just don't know how we fix this, man, because that's just people. It's just I don't know if people are programmed to hate people. Like I don't get it. I know, on this earth we have to, compete for, jobs, opportunity, everything else, but to get to the point where you have to literally just kill somebody. Like I don't get that part, man, and that's what I worry about with me, because I know if I get into a high place, I'm just gonna tell you right now, people might be out to get me, and I don't want to speak nothing on anybody else, but you know this, man. This sauce takes off, and God forbid, I know that I'm not knocking on wood, hoping that this happens, but God forbid you get big, you pretty much know just by law of natural selection that people's going to be out to get you. I'm not certain if it's going to be a death situation, but just competitive standpoint. So I don't know. You gotta help me.
I mean, shit, it's already motherfuckers hating. I ain't facing none of that shit. It's a motherfucker who I don't even know. He been had my name as far as the soft sports thing. He been had my name in his mouth. I don't know who the fuck he is. He, took that one take and been running, but he don't really want to know. Like, my thing is though, but as much as he been hating, guess what that's done for me? That's bring more followers. I don't even address the shit really as far as make a big deal about it, because shit, you ain't doing nothing but mentioning my name. You bringing me followers. So man, I'm not tripping on the hating. Hating gonna come with anything you do, man. Like I said, I've been in many. I've been up, I've been down, and shit been hated on in all aspects. I've been hated on the come up. You know what I'm saying? When I used to be sitting on the fucking porch with my next door neighbor, and we both sitting there looking on some bullshit. And then once I got on my grizzly, and I ain't have time to sit and waste no more. He's still sitting on the porch and still doing the same shit. I can hear this motherfucker outside. Hey, no, this nigga thinking he doing this and doing that though. But yet, when I step outside, he's smiling in my face, man. Haters come from everywhere, man. And so that's what I say. I don't put nothing past nobody, man. Trust me, I've learned my lessons in life. I've been through a lot of different facets of life, and it's a blessing. All of them wasn't good, but all of them were a blessing. And because I'm still here to talk about it as of right now, but this situation right here, man, is just really fucked up. And I don't think, I ain't done nothing on the level of what he's done, and it's just fucked up to see, we always talk about let's do this, let's do that, we need to do this, we need to do that, and then when somebody starts doing it, somebody comes wipe it out. And I know a lot of people talking about, oh, it ain't black on black, it ain't this. Let's go back to what Prepaid said for just a second, right? I want y'all to think, man. I want y'all to think about this. Niggas, especially in this day and age, whenever it's a racial thing, what are we doing? Yeah. What are we doing? We gonna tell, oh, let's find them white people who did. Let's find them. Oh, the white people did. Yeah. But right now, like Prepaid said, all them people was out there taking pictures, selfies, doing all this, but then nobody saw anybody. Why is that? Because if it would have been somebody outside of that community, they'd have been like, oh yeah, this was this, and the third. It's somebody around the way. It's somebody who knows who it is. It's somebody who is familiar with the area. It's somebody who's hating, man. You can't, like I say, I'm not going to put the whole government conspiracy all the way out there, because the government can tap into the neighborhood too. But it was somebody who was from around the way that was willing to do that shit. And it's somebody that's hating on that man and was hating on the side. Probably somebody who could have came up with it. Probably somebody who used to fuck with him, when he was down bad. Could have been a nigga who was kicking it in the same hood as him or whatever. They was probably hitting the same licks or whatever the fuck it might have been. But he made the plan to get up and get out and do better. And that other motherfucker still doing the same old. You don't understand how much a motherfucker will hate to see you shine, because they feel like they deserve to be in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just, like I say, if you just never know. But man, I appreciate your call today, Josh. Like I said, I'm going all the way left.
Yeah, man. Like, I kind of agree with you. Like, I'm gonna say this one before I leave. Like, it's almost just like the ex in this situation, because if you're because of what you're saying is true, man. I believe it's someone that might be in his inner circle, because he's a famous dude. For you to do that 6 times, man, you got to know where he's at the particular time, where he's gonna be, where his kid's gonna be at. Just like X, man. Someone got to know, but Oh yeah, I'll just let somebody else do that, man. But I just wanted to put that out there.
All right, man. I appreciate your call, there, Josh.
All right.
All right. And I appreciate the sub, Bonds. You know, thank you for being the newest friend in the den. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts too. Let me see what we got calling in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling into the den this evening? Okay, you got some echo. You got some echo action going on.
It's me. It's Edwin Baptiste, by the way.
Okay, what's the motherfucking
deal?
This
shit. This shit fucked me up, bro.
Oh, word.
It fucked me up a lot more than this alcohol fucked me up, bro.
Damn.
So, by the way, I'm gonna just put it out there, nigga. I am fucking drunk. I just left the bar, and I've been, you know, I've really been hoping, cause I've been seeing all these different sources and shit. I've really been hoping that this nigga probably pulled through, or you know, but he's actually dead.
Yeah.
But this some bullshit, dog. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, young black men die every day, and we make an outrage about when a police shoot a black man. But you know, this black on black crime, and this shit, damn man, this shit weighed heavy on me, bro. Cause when I was in the military, I was in the Navy, by the way, and I was on the aircraft carrier. And when I was on deployment, all me and my homeboy jam was the marathon, bro. And the shit fucked me up, because I've been jamming this nigga ever since. And, you know, damn, man. It's some bullshit, for real. This nigga, like, was actually doing something different with his life. It just seemed like you look back, you can just trace history back. And when it's an artist that's trying to do something different with themselves, man.
Hold on one second, Edwin. I want to address something real quick, because we got a ignorant motherfucker in the conversation. Because one, they obviously don't understand what the den is about, because we don't fuck with the nonsense. We don't glorify none of that stupid shit. But when motherfuckers change, reform, and do better with themselves, we do celebrate them. When you are paving the way for others, when you are, you know, like I say, because if you in here listening to me, shit, I ain't too far from some of the dumb shit that he was doing. But I understood, I made changes, I made decisions in my life. So if you're going to come in here and be a part of this conversation, and you glorifying what I'm talking about, that you can get on with the get on. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, I'm not celebrating nobody. I'm just saying, if you were here to pay attention, I sit here and talk about I don't listen really to rap music. I don't really encourage a lot of bullshit. We talking about getting out the hood and all that other shit. So if you coming in here and you're ignorant, you just got these talking points that you're coming in here with, and you're not really listening to the conversation, and you get the fuck on. Like, hey, your comments are welcome. Now, if you got questions, if you want to contribute to the conversation, if you want to have a real discussion, we're all about discussing it then, whether we agree or disagree. But if you're not trying to, you know, benefit off of it, you just want to say some shit because you're just trying to troll, you can move on, get the fuck on with get the fuck on, man. Like, I don't really give a shit, and you ain't got to, I don't care about none of that shit. But go ahead, I ain't mean to cut you off, man.
Nah, you good, bro, because, you know, that had to be said, bro. And honestly, niggas that want to come in here with their riff-raff and that bullshit, they definitely can move around, bro. Because I'm really sitting here fighting back tears. Honestly, I'm in tears now, bro, because it just pisses me the fuck off, bro. You know, excuse me, but it pisses me the fuck off, bro. It really does.
No.
Because we've been seeing this same fucking story time and time and time again.
Yeah. And it's fucked up. And the fucked up thing about it is, man, TMZ said it was gang related. I wouldn't be, that's what I was telling people, man. But here's the deal. Like I say, there's so many levels to it. Like I say, I'm not gonna jump on the government conspiracy thing. You know, we always talk about you're likely to get killed by your own kind, or people that you know. The highest percentage of murders are from people who are around people that they know. You know, that's just how it shakes. So I wouldn't put it past, like I say, man, y'all. Like I say, some of y'all may know, depending on where you come from, how you been living. Man, hate is a motherfucking disease. Fame is a disease in itself, but it's a different kind of disease. But hate is a motherfucking disease, and for a motherfucker, I mean, think about it, like. People every day try to come up off people who they used to know, used to be famous, just because they trying to get some clout, because they've seen them come up and put in the work. Like, people underestimate the work that somebody puts in. Look, motherfucker could have been like anybody else and been like every other gangbanger that could have been, and unfortunately he ended up that way because he got killed. But he did put people in position, he did put businesses out there, but he did leave a legacy and lay a blueprint for people who are Hold on one second. Give me just 1 second. I gotta pause the stream for just 1 second. Let me see what's going on. Hold on one moment.
You good,
We'll be
bro? You good?
All right, hold on 1 second. So yeah, like I'm saying, man, so the thing about this is, it's very unfortunate, man. And like I say, it's a very unfortunate situation that we are in, man. Yeah, that's up. It'd have been a kick though.
Yeah.
So, but you know what it is. Like I said, I'm trying to find out when out there ain't nobody in out there. So, fuck it.
Yeah. And shout out to the young brother, man. I think his name was Miles. You know, he got a good upbringing from what I'm hearing, man. Just from the taste of your music, man. You said two keywords, Tupac and Biggie. You're on the right path, man. You probably gonna grow up to be a successful person, just because I feel strongly in you know, whatever you put into your mind versus you know whether it's reading, watching movies, or the selection of the type of things you put in your mind, your entertainment. I feel like that plays a big part in who you are and what type of person you become. Yeah. And so music plays a huge part in that. And Nipsey, man, that man, he had a lot of shit to say, a lot of great things to say. Yeah, he came from a background of cripping and gang banging, and hell, I have, I'm not finna sit here and, share my story. It's probably for another day or another call, but it's just, the man was doing something different. He was changing his life. He had a business, man. To be gunned down inside of your place of business, like, come on now, man. That is some fucked up shit right there. That's your bread and butter. Like, come on, man. Like, that's just fucked up. I really, and to the cowards that did the shit, man, I hope that the police and everybody that's involved, that they really, they come up with an arrest, man. Yeah. Or hell, I hope the streets I really hope the streets deal with these whole ass niggas, because that's what the fuck they deserve, in all honesty. And so shout out to all the Nipsey fans, man, and shout out to the Den, man, and everybody in the chat. But that's my call, man. I know a lot of people got their feelings to share, because this was a big one, bro. Yeah. This one hurt.
I agree.
Like, for real.
I agree.
Like I'm like, for everybody that really fuck with Nip, bro, y'all know that this one really hurt, bro. Like, this shit fucked me up, bro. So yeah, man, I'm chill, man. I'm finna go and get me another 6-pack, man.
Already, man. Be cool out there, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate your call, though, man.
Oh yeah, man. Take it easy, bro.
Already. And here's the deal, man. Like, this is what y'all gotta understand. Like I say, because if y'all new to the Den, if y'all just tuning in, because I see, some folks in here who may not have ever seen this before. Like I say, we on a different level of things. We on some different shit, around here. And so it ain't about promoting no nothing. It's about the benefiting people, And I'm gonna speak on a lot of black because I'm a black man, so that's what I see it as. But at the end, this is just a situation. It's a fucked up situation, man. When a role model, a guy who has been doing a lot for the community, it just ends up getting wiped out for no reason. Again, we don't know everything behind the scene. We don't know all the details. We looking at it from the front page and everything with that. But, as time goes on, we'll find out more details. But the funny thing about gang related, when everybody says something is gang related, why don't they ever name the gangs that it's related to? Why don't you ever hear the gangs that it's related? It's just gang related. It's all you ever hear. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, the gangs never change. Fuck it. We gonna get to that system. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the Den?
Man, it's your boy, Roman.
All right. What would you like to drop in the Den this evening, Roman?
Man, I'm not about to come here no energized yelling, man. This is a sad day, bro, because it's just another crime, bro. another thing, another black on black crime, man. Another just, you know, it's sad when this man has worked hard, you know, very hard, man, to create his own business, to have a great loving family. Lauren London, she's a beautiful woman, beautiful kids, man. And he came from nothing. He struggled. You know, he went through what a ringers, what a lot of black men went through, but he found a way to create his own business and to do something great with his life, man. And to be gunned down for his own, like the dude said, for his bread and butter, but what he worked for, his business, the thing he worked for, to get shot down from it. It's just that in front of his kids, man. Don't know what that could do to his kids, you know, and his wife, man. That could traumatize him forever. I hope it don't. But I feel like his death is a wake up call. I hope it's a wake up call for especially young black men to know that it ain't worth it. To know that you can go out there and be successful. To know that don't hate on a man, support a man. You know, be there for people. You know, be there for yourself, number one. And just to see it's sad, bro. Like I said, I can't think. I'll start out first. You know, I didn't really listen to Nipsey Hussle. I know some of his songs, man. I'm not about to be one of these niggas out here and say I was a big fan, because I wasn't. But I did know his family. I did know what he's done and what the things he said, and I support him. But he was a strong black man. He was kind of like a Tupac, a Biggie, somebody of today that talked good messages, who was trying to spread positivity to black people. And it seems like it's sad when all the positive blacks die, and when these negative and these black artists out here, I don't call them artists, they're just figures out here that they are still alive, man. You know, that's a big thing with me, man. I listen to older music because I feel like this newer music is not teaching me nothing. It's setting you and setting people on paths to do wrong. That's why I told you I listened to Tay Pendergrass and Marvin Gaye. I listened to when black people speak positivity about each other, about making black babies and coming together and, you know, speaking about black love and black power, bro. And we ain't got that. But Nipsey Hussle was that little bit of hope that we had. Him, Kendrick, J. Cole, it's like we have a little bit. And like I say, to see a man gunned down like that is sad, but the only thing I'll say this, Honcho, he's in a better place. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, so I feel like he's in a better place. And I pray that angels watch over his family, him, Lauren London, and the kids. And I pray that they get help. And I pray they don't get traumatized by this. And they stay strong. You know, so I think the best thing to do is to listen to his music. Let's keep his memory alive. Nobody's dead unless you talk about them. You know, when you keep somebody's memory alive, that's by music, family members. So you talk about them and you love them, they'll never die. And we listen to his music. We wear some shirts. We support him. We go out there and we make some changes, man. He'll never die, bro. So that's all I got, man. I'm not trying to go over the 5, man, but I hope he rests in peace, man. And like I said, this is a wake up call for black men. We gotta do better, bro. So let's hope it gets some minds going, man. But that's my call, man.
No, really, Roman, man. I appreciate your call, man.
Man, anytime.
No, really. So here's the thing, and you know, it's tough, man. It's really tough. It is. You know, because I can't lie. You know, that's one of the few artists, like I said, I'd actually check for when the music come out. You know, him, Currency. Like I say, Thug, and I ain't even been on listening to much Thug lately. I've just been, you know, I catch more of his Instagram stuff, but I like what he's about. Because, you know, the majority of these fucking rap artists, they're bullshit, man. Like, they're bullshit. And they promote bullshit, they about bullshit. But I can respect anybody who's gone through change. Like, I've gone through change. If you don't change, then you trash. If you the same motherfucker that you were when you were 18, if you the same motherfucker that you were when you was 14, 15, and you got the same mentality and you in your 30s, you know, man, you a lame motherfucker. Like, you can expect some of the shit through, you know, your young, early 20s while you're on some wild shit. Sometimes, you know, it is what it is. But when you see that progress, when you see that change, when you see somebody lay a blueprint to set an example for all those people say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's because the white man doing this to us. But this man went and did this with the background that he had, with the motherfucking, the lifestyle that he lived. you know, it's sad because then now what you have, especially, you know, let's be honest, as black folks, man, we are emotional people. And that's not saying that's a bad thing, but we are emotional people. And emotions react, not respond. And so we got to calm down. We got to think about certain things, you know, and look at it for what it is. You know, it's fucked up. You know, whatever the angle is, I still think that in memory of this man, people need to change the game. People need to emulate and be like him. You know, much as I love Tupac and what he was about, Tupac, you know, said some things, but the things that Tupac was talking about wasn't changing the game for us in the sense as it is now. What Nipsey was preaching and doing would change the game for us. You know, let's be realistic. Tupac was a good kid early on, and then he got into the wild shit. Tupac went backwards, but the music was real. We fucked with it. It was what it was. Fucking Nip came from that lifestyle, and just, you know. Here's the deal. One, if y'all argue with TKC, this motherfucker still support Jesse Smollett, so we ain't really worried about it. His opinions are really irrelevant. So there's that. Don't waste your breath. I believe that's the same dude. If not falsely accused, you fucking look like one. Maria, I appreciate it. Thank you. Usually we go live every night at 10 p.m. Central, and we go, you know, usually like 2 hours a night. But just with this situation, I just kind of wanted to talk about it. I don't think we're gonna be going live at 10 tonight, but I appreciate you coming too, and I thank you. I appreciate you. But like I said, we just, man, it's fucked up because it's like I say, it's something we talk about quite often, and to see this type of shit happen, man, I don't fucking know, man. I really don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
One, bro. It's again. Hey, bro, I never had to disagree with anything he had to say until now.
All right, what you got?
You said Pac was a good kid and he went backwards.
Yeah.
Well, I strongly disagree with that.
Okay.
Pac was never a good kid, bro.
You don't believe so?
You gotta understand. Well, I know his background. I'm a huge Pac fan, and I'm not saying this nigga was a saint, but I strongly disagree with that when you say that he went backwards, because he didn't go backwards.
Okay.
So, like, I'm gonna tell you like this: Pac came from a family, bro, and it's called a Black Panther. Yeah. He came from that. That's what he came from. And if you know Pac enough, if you research Pac enough, you will know that since the day he was born, he was under the watchful eye of the CIA and the FBI. They had been watching this nigga since he was born. So understand, he was always on their radar, bro. And so, of course, they're gonna label him a bad guy every chance they get. Of course, they're gonna push their will against him every chance they get. And so that's why he ended up getting a record in the first place. You think he actually raped a woman? Never. Do you think this nigga was actually out there, like, really starting shit because he wanted to? No, he really wasn't. He was a young nigga. We was out there we was young niggas. You gotta understand, he died at 25, bro.
Yeah.
He never really got to become the man that we are today. You know, because we're a bit older than that. I'm older than 25. You older than 25. So he didn't get to become that. Yeah. So, but you saw where his heart was at.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, God says this. I look at your heart. He knows your heart. You know what I mean? Yeah. He knows your heart.
But here's what I'm saying about that. I don't mean to cut you off. Here's what I'm saying about with Pac, and I'm not like trying to discredit him or nothing like that, because like you said, it was more Black Panther. It was more organized. It was more Black empowerment, and then once he kind of went through something, then it started getting more gang related after that. But what I'm saying about him is, because I look at the video, and this is really what I'm harping on. You remember the video where he's talking about, man, I could never call a woman a bitch, and he was just talking real nice about women, and then backdoor a couple of years later. He's talking about, fuck these bitches, fuck this, and this. Like, this when he was young, because he went to a theater art school or something like that when he was like in high school or some kind of art school.
Well, you gotta, I know that. You gotta understand the environment he's in. Yeah. You gotta understand that man, he was a Gemini, bro. So he had literally a split personality. Yeah. And guess what? I've experienced both sides of the fence too. I've lived in the hood and then fucking around, and my parents came up on some money, nigga. We got Now we living in the goddamn suburbs.
Yeah.
You know, I've lived both sides.
Yeah.
So the man lived in the hood, but went to a nice ass school.
Yeah.
Probably brushed up against drug dealers and killers, but yet he went to this nice ass school, this Juilliard type school. You know, you fucking ballet and all this bullshit. But at the end of the day, man, a lot of the shit that he was involved in, a lot of shit that he got put through, he didn't put himself through that.
No.
He was forced into that. He became so big. He became bigger than himself. He became bigger than life.
No.
So in a sense, you know, a lot of people say the government conspiracies. In a way, it's true. In a way. Like, come on, bro. They set this man up to fall over some bullshit. When he could have any woman in the world, but they have him fall over some rape. They thought that would destroy him too, but it didn't. And so when you say he just went backwards, it strikes me as odd because I don't see that. He didn't go backwards. The man went from very humble beginnings. He went from being impoverished, being poor, having nothing, having shit. And I can relate to that because I come from the same damn thing. And I have a daughter, and she never had to experience that. Never have a want in her life. She never had to go to school smelling like mildew because you can't even get your fucking laundry clean. You ain't even have that much money. Your parents can't even afford that, you know? Like, she will never have to experience that type of shit, ever. And that's the type of humble beginning she comes from. So I relate to him so much because of that. And he just became bigger than life, and he snubbed down for whatever reason. And his credibility, in my opinion, can never be shot down, man.
Okay.
And
no, like I said, it's not to discredit him. I just feel like I percentage went back.
I'm not saying he discredited him, but he elevated with time. He just elevated, honestly. Yeah, he was rowdy, like every young black man was at that age. Man, I got a lot of testosterone, a lot of money, a lot of fame. He was a shit. Like, it was nobody he couldn't fuck. He wouldn't go fuck his enemy's wife. And go look it up. These are facts. He wouldn't go fuck his enemy's wife. And she knew that her goddamn husband hated this nigga, hated his guts. Like, they knew, like, and still got to fuck her. Like, that's how cold this nigga was. But this was a top-notch nigga. Like, you couldn't get more slicker than this nigga, dog. And so he just did it for the hell of it. Didn't care for it. He discarded the bitch afterwards. But yeah, it just, I mean, man was so prolific, man, and yeah, I just had to agree with you when you say he went backwards, because the man became an activist, man. He became what he was destined to become. He grew into it, right? When he grew into it, his pinnacle, because 25 is when I got an enlightenment, like when it hit me, like, man, I gotta stop fucking with this street bullshit. I gotta stop doing this, doing that. It hit me, bro. It hit me. I already had my kid, bro. She was becoming, you know, I'm looking at her, and she's my daughter. I'm looking at her eyes, and I'm just like, man, this girl do everything that I do, you know, and it scared me. So that at that point, she must have been about 4 or 5, and she did everything I did, bro, and it scared the fuck out of me because I was doing so much wrong, and it was at the age of 25, and so I was like, damn. I got to do different. And so, yeah, he was just shot down too early, man. He was elevating. At that age, Honcho, he was just elevating, man. Yeah. The man was he was elevating. And he was shot down too soon, just like Nipsey was. That nigga was elevating. Ooh, all of them was, man. It just fucked up, like Triple X. You know, he was elevating, man. It just seems like all of these young black men that are rising, they get shot down too soon, like before they can really just hit just imagine if Jay-Z was shot down too soon.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hear about no J. Cole. You wouldn't hear about no Kanye. There wouldn't be none of that shit, none of that Memphis Bleak bullshit, none of that. None of it. You know what I mean? He paved a way for so many motherfuckers, bro. And I'm not even a Jay-Z fan, but I can't discredit the man for what he did. He that nigga. He put on a lot of people, bro. And so, you know, you just imagine if Tupac wasn't shot down. Imagine if Biggie wasn't shot down. Man, it just fucks your mind up to think the possibilities that could have happened out of that. You know, so They were shot down too soon. You know, both of them, Biggie too, man, before they could reach their pinnacle.
I agree, man. That's the thing too, and I think we discredit, especially when you kind of get on to what they did at such a young age, man. And you definitely you do have to give them props for that because, like I say, 25. I remember I was about in that same little zone, about that age where like I say, some things happen and I started to try to make a transition in my life, and man, like I say, it's a crazy deal. It's a real crazy deal when you do kind of wake up and you realize. And so that's why I say I have the utmost respect for anybody that's done it, because it's real easy for a motherfucker to sit here and say, oh man, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna always keep it real. No, that means you're gonna keep it lazy and you're never gonna change, man. It's just like, it means you want to justify why you are the way you are. But anybody who comes from a certain set of circumstances and realizes, hey, this ain't it, Chief. Let me get my shit together. I have the ability. I have the faith in myself. I know I have the skills to get up out of this and make a change. That's what we need, man. And too many people we have it, and that's why that's why we are the way we are, especially as black folks. And I hate to be like that, but it's true. Is that this is just how we are. No, the fuck it ain't. It's how you choose to be, man. It's how you choose to be. You have a choice on this planet. And again, this is not to disrespect the past or anything like that, but you are here. You are one being. You got to do what you got to do. And hopefully someone sees what it is, the move that you make. And this is why I say that Nipsey was so important to the cause, man, is because when you see what he was doing and you come from that environment, or you come from something, maybe a little bit better or maybe a little bit worse, but you seeing, man, look, hey, this man made that change. He went through some shit, had some little ups and downs, but he went through and he was becoming established, not as gay, but as a prominent member of society. He was doing things for the community. He was doing things for the youth. He was doing things for everybody. The fucked up thing about it, though, is then because you're going to have two sets of people. You're going to have a set of people who are going to say, man, that's fucked up, and they're going to get inspired to do the same, to live in a legacy like that. Then you're going to have another set of people say, well, see, this is what happens anytime you try to do something, we're going to get gunned down anyway. But if you go, and I bet if you could bring Nip right back right now and ask him, was it worth it? I bet he'll take that same route 10 times out of 10 because of the change, because of the inspiration, because of everything that was made. Sometimes, hey, it's fucked up because we always want everybody else to be that sacrifice, and we don't ever want to put our lives on the line, and I understand that. But, man, I'm just hoping that this is a point where people see and say, hey, man, you know what? We gotta do the same thing. You see what it was doing, what it was changing around him, and if we start getting more people to adopt that mentality, man, we could fix our own problems. It wouldn't be the need for all this other bullshit that we talk about, but people have to adopt that mentality first and get out of that other shit. But I agree, man.
It wouldn't, man. We have too many fucking martyrs, man. Like, how many more? How many more? Like, I honestly don't understand. How many more martyrs do we need in our cause? In this black cause. Like, I don't understand. Like, I really don't. How many more? We need, sacrificing our lives already as it is. And so it's an ongoing struggle, man. I don't see no change to it. I really don't, because since I've looked around, I know plenty of people. Not like what happened to Nip. That shit is regular in my life. Like, I've seen that shit a lot. I've seen shit happen too many times.
Yeah, I agree, shit. I think of a couple of times, and I think that's just kind of what it is when you think about that shit, when you can relate to it, especially from a personal aspect, and it's just fucked up, man. It really is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get back to listening, man. Yeah, I just had to interject real quick, but I honestly, one more thing too, that was brought up by me listening. I didn't know that his wife, that Lauren London and the children were there. That's pretty fucking fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's like, come on, man. You gotta, damn, man. You gotta be able to draw the line, dude. Like, even if you about the streets, man, there's a code that no women or children are involved. And you go in there and do what you did. Like, come on, man. In front of this man, like, and they're there, man. And like, you don't see them. Yeah. You blind to what's going on. Like, it's pretty fucked up, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Like, even if it was on some street shit, even if Nipsey did some shit behind, because we don't know. He probably wronged the wrong nigga. Yeah. We don't know. He probably bit, like, and I love Nipsey, though. I love him. But I'm saying, we don't know. We really don't know. We could be as mad as we want, but he probably had it coming. Like, we don't know. Like, and, you know, but, you know, I don't want to anger nobody by saying that, but that's just the truth. I'm from the streets, nigga, and it all it takes is one wrong move. He probably, you know, we don't know. We don't know if Nipsey truly left that street shit alone. We don't know that. He probably made one wrong move, and like, you know, honestly, we don't know that. So, I hope we can find out the facts, or at least, you know, surrounding what happened. And I hate that we always got to find out what happened through TMZ.
Yeah, fucking bullshit ass shit, man. But yeah, I agree with you, man. But that's true. And I kind of want to speak on that too. We gonna talk about that a little bit, man.
Yeah, why does TMZ always have the breaking news? Like, shit.
That motherfucker got all.
It said the police. Look, this is said the police reported to TMZ. That's what it said. Oh, because man,
they got people. Look, trust me, they got people, especially in Hollywood. They got people on the department that they breaking a little bread with. Anytime something happens that comes through their police force that involves a celebrity, they want to be the first to know, because that's how they stay funded. That's how, you know, people go to. Trust me, man. These motherfuckers got a network. TMZ got a network about as big as the fucking FBI, man. Anywhere where some shit.
Some more crooked ass shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling me. They in the mix, man. That's what I'm saying. TMZ was reporting the shit before the Jesse shit before the police was. That's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's the first article I saw. When I read down, when I went on Google and typed that, the first article was TMZ, and I looked at the minutes when it was posted. It showed the time that it was posted. They were at the top. It should have posted first. I'm like, what? Yeah. How these niggas always on top of it, bro?
That's the wild shit, man. That's the wild shit.
Damn, man.
But that's BT, man. I appreciate your call, man. You know, like I said, I still slightly disagree with you, but I understand your point and what you're saying as far as the Tupac thing, man. So, like I say, you know, but I think we're just kind of looking at different perspectives. But I agree with most of what you're saying.
Oh yeah, that's what the dinner is about, man. Yeah. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm sure some people out there in the chat that feel the way I feel.
Yeah, I think some people
he definitely didn't go backwards, man. He propelled, excelled, and elevated, my brother.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, man. Take it easy, brother.
All right, you too. Man, and this is what I'm saying. There was a point that I made the other day, man. I think when Roman called in, he was talking about we all need to look out for each other. We all need to, you know, to take care of each other. And I was talking about wolves and sheep. And I don't know, some of y'all might have been in here when I was talking about that. Wolves and sheep. And and what I say about wolves and sheep and sheepdogs, actually, you know, the wolves, they don't give a fuck. And so whoever did this was a motherfucking wolf. And that's what y'all got to understand, is some wolves don't give a fuck. Wife, kids, whatever the fuck is going on, it's wolves and it's sheep. And I'm not saying Nip was a sheep, but I'm just saying, you know, wolves and sheep, man, you got to understand, some people don't have any positive for you whatsoever. And people got to realize some motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello. This Miss Rashida.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Miss Rashida? What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Man, this one right here is crazy. I was just like in shock. I could not believe. I couldn't believe it, but then I could believe it because, you know, of his past. But I feel like it definitely has to do something with his past. Because these people coming up to you 3 o'clock in the afternoon shooting. Now that was some personal shit right there. That was definitely, when I see this nigga, I'm gonna do what I got to do.
Man, you got a little bit of echo there, Miss Rashida.
Okay, that should be better. Now I cut it off.
Okay, appreciate it. But here's my deal. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you know, we can get too deep into certain things. And again, I know he got a wife and kids, and I'm not saying that he was but it could be some shit, you know, because niggas is so petty these days that it could be some old shit like that nigga fuck my bitch. You know, way back when and you know, shit like that. Like, that's the fucking type of mentality that we have in this motherfucking era. Instead of getting mad at your chick for who you committed to, you mad at the nigga because either he got more game than you or she was attractive. So you mad because there's better competition than you out there. You want to keep the broad, but you want to get rid of the competition. That's the type of shit that we got. You know what I'm saying? So my thing here is, man, you know what I'm saying? My thing here, man, is just that it's I'm talking about laughing at the Sauce Nation thing, but it's just that it's a fucked up scenario, man. And the fucked up thing about it is, and this is why I tell people, don't matter who the fuck you are, don't matter what the fuck you got, you know, you can get hit. This is why I say, man, I talk about it, motherfuckers say, oh, you know, this, that, and the third. We talk about it all the time, man. Get the fuck out the hood, man. You got to look out for yourself. We can't save everybody. The motherfuckers who want to do it, but we were talking the same conversation with the wolves and the sheep. You'll see the people who want better for themselves.
Sometimes people don't understand their own celebrity. You can't move how you used to move.
Yeah.
You know, you might feel like, oh, them my peoples. I grew up with them. Them not your peoples no more once you done made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They supposed to show you that love, show you, oh, yeah, you made it. You know, we still cool. It don't work like that no more.
Yeah.
You don't see no other celebrities living in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Even if they grew up with you. You supposed to go where people at that got what you got.
Exactly. And like I say, you know, and I like I said,
they should have definitely had some security or something. Lauren London, that she knows she's famous. So what y'all doing out there like that? It's like y'all just out there naked, like.
Yeah. But the thing is, because he been so used to doing it though, because you know he been doing it, and I guess you know. I think that Victory Lap 1, I think that propelled him to a different audience, maybe bigger than what he realized. But he just been so used to it. Because, you know, when you're a local mixtape rapper, it's a different type of deal. And yeah, he has some, you know, some nationwide fame. But the thing about it is, I don't know if you feel so comfortable in an environment in which you grew up in, and you feel so, you know, man, it's just, it's really fucked up, man. The more I really start thinking about it, it's fucked up. But, you know, and that's my thing, man. And you got one or two routes. It seems like right now, and that is you come up, and we talk about this all the time, and again, some people agree, some people disagree, and again, that's what the den is about. We don't always have to agree, but we're always friends in the den.
Exactly.
But is that, you know, hey, if you get yours, man, come up and get the fuck up out the hood, because it's snakes, it's wolves, it's motherfucking predators in the bushes, like. They don't want to go get it how you got it. They just want what you got. You know what I'm saying? They don't want all of it. They don't want to put the work. Exactly. It's easy to access you when you got it. And like I said, I don't know if this was a robbery or just some hate, because again, I don't even think it was a robbery.
I don't think it was a robbery.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a robbery, because it was 320. They ain't get nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't say they wanted nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then somebody was talking about where his kids was out there. People that's after you don't give a shit about your kids. They don't care who out there. They see you the target, you gonna get shot. Why y'all think kids get shot like in Chicago and stuff? Because they don't even be their target.
Yeah.
But the kids might happen to be out there at the time and end up getting shot.
Just couldn't. Don't nobody give a fuck. I mean, we see it time to time, like the situation in Houston. I mean, them niggas didn't give a shit. They killed a little girl, and when the little girl, and you know, that's because they thought it was somebody else, just a mistaken identity or whatever. It's always, man, it's always some nonsense, man.
There was two other men out there got shot too. They in critical condition. I don't know if they gonna make it either.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if those are any of his business associates or guys. You know, he might have mentioned that's because he talks about, you know, making business moves and a lot of stuff like that. If you listen to Victory Lap, he talks about a lot of business moves and things like that, and just good shit he had going on. And it's going to be interesting to see as the details unfold, you know, because you know, a lot
of people, even though we don't know what he did in his past, that still don't justify what happened.
Yeah, to him. It don't.
He changed his life around. You know what I'm saying? He did much better, trying to marry kids. You know, he's trying to get example. And you know what? That might have been his downfall, trying to get back to the community, opening that store in the community.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. And he had a tweet right before he shot. That's the craziest shit, man. But my town, there's actually, man, the funny thing is, there's a lot. I was looking at some stuff about the other day about, you know, where some of the black suburbs are. There's a couple out in Cali. There's a couple, I want to say, in Virginia. There's actually one in Connecticut. You know, they got one in Atlanta and some other stuff. But the thing is, we don't glorify that, because what happens? What's the conversation when somebody come up, they get a little money. Yo, he think he too good now, or you know, the safest thing for you to do is okay. Look, hey, I'm gonna leave all my nice stuff at home, so motherfucker can keep robbing my ass, or I'm gonna get my shit, get up out the hood, and go move to a nice place. But then when you go do that, say you come back visiting friends, oh, you too good, or you too this, and it ain't even about that. It's just that it's not acceptable for me to want better for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it not okay for me to want better for myself, but I still want to come back and maybe show love and this, that, and that. But then motherfuckers look at you, oh, you didn't Uncle Tom, or you didn't maybe think a little meme old buddy on the phone or whatever, because you want better for yourself. And again, I know what I'm talking about, and it's a double-edged sword, because we talk about how, well, it's only dope dealers, it's only rappers in the hood, that's all the young kids see, because people who promote this crime, who promote this negativity, promote this bullshit, you make it difficult for good, regular citizens with real jobs who can be mentors to the kids to stay here, to have nice things. The kids will never see the nice things because niggas is stealing and taking and doing whatever with their shit. So it's like, I'm going to go protect my shit and I'm going to be out there so the kids ain't going to see it. Who are they going to see? The motherfuckers who profit off of, poverty, profit off of the drug dealing, profit off the crime and all that shit. So that's what they're going to see. That's what they're going to know. And as long as we continue to support, encourage, and promote this bullshit music, then that's what you're going to continue to get. But instead of, guys like Nip, who, again, he talked about his past, but he wasn't promoting it. He was sitting there talking about, things that happened and, just kind of telling the story of how it was, but, and you can't be mad at a man for looking at his past and then saying, hey, you know what, I'm glad I made it up out of all that. Now look at how I'm living. Now look at what I'm doing. Now look at what I'm able to do. But people get, some people they don't know any better, so they try to tangle everything. Oh, he was promoting this. No, he's telling a story. He's not promoting this. He's telling you where it came from and where he's at now. Because if he was still promoting, he'd still be doing that. That's what he'd be out there doing. But again, you just never know, man. And it's super fucked up. Because again, like I say, man, it could be a motherfucker, like I'm saying, I don't put nothing past it. It could be a motherfucker who's been locked up and he just finally had the chance to get out and get to Nip. You just never fucking know. You know what I'm saying? You never, ever fucking know. Any of these stories, any of this stuff, anything can happen. We've heard crazy stories. I've heard plenty of motherfuckers who didn't, been locked up for a long ass time, get out, go hit a motherfucker and go right back to prison. Because they've been used to it. They don't care. They institutionalized. So they're not tripping on going back to jail. Shit, they used to that shit. And so I don't put, like I say, I don't know the story. I'm not assuming anything. I'm not putting nothing past nobody. Hopefully some more details come out and we can get a better understanding. But all I do know is the shit is fucked up. And like Prepaid said earlier, when we on this whole, no snitching thing, it's funny because when it's our own, it's no snitching. We used to this. It is what it is. But like I say, but when it
they ain't finna tell it.
All them pictures exactly. They was taking pictures. They was taking selfies. They was all out there. I think 335 was just talking about they was out there taking pictures with it, and so nobody saw nothing.
What happened to all the people that was out there?
Yeah, they saw something, but they not.
He's like they say he was just taking pictures. So where all them people go?
Exactly. That's the the culture, man. Like we do it to our fucking selves. But again, like I say, when we thought it was a racial act with the chick down here, man, we gotta find them. We gotta tell us where they get. Then it's okay to snitch then when it ain't somebody that you fucking with, man. Fuck that. A life is a life. I don't care who took it. I don't care if you white. I don't care if you black. I don't care if you Hispanic. I don't care who took it, man. If it's your people or you trying to protect your neighborhood or you want a safe place for the kids to grow up, because then we can't keep telling these same stories. Man, it's so fucked up. It's fucked up what's happening to the kids, but you encouraging the bullshit that trickles down that allows these activities to happen to the fucking kids, man. And it's just like, come on, man. It's like we promote the bullshit.
See, the police use that kind of background against that person, oh, he was an ex-gangbanger, so we're not going to use all our resources to try to find his killers. That's why so many of those cases like that go unsolved, but they just don't want to put the resource in. Watch what happens.
Yeah.
His family probably going to have to get out there to find the real killers.
Yeah.
Because all the cameras around and you ain't even heard the police hardly on this case.
That's crazy.
He's a well-known rapper. But it's like, oh, he's just a ex-black gangbanger. They want to put that narrative on him and all the good that he done did. It's like that little past. They want to make that overshadow all the progress he done made, all the good things he done made. I don't understand that.
Yeah, because that's the easy way to push it under, man. You know what I'm saying? You say, gang related, gang affiliated. Oh, so that mean we
always want to label some shit gang related.
Yeah, so that mean now we ain't
get TMZ. They always in some shit. The first one on the scene. They make me think they ass be having something to do with it. How the hell something happened in 1 minute later it's right on TMZ?
Exactly.
Is y'all involved in the shit?
They might be, goddamn. They might have operatives and shit like that. It's the crazy shit. But yeah, and I think it is. And I agree with you, Captain. Like I say, because here's my thing. And we can talk about cops, we can talk about all this other stuff. The problem with the police, honestly, these days, is there's too many unqualified police. And,
Amen.
And the thing is, because you have a lot of these cities now where they're just saying, well, they're going on hiring sprees. You know what I mean? Hey, if you can pass this course, if you can do this, this, and this, and you know, there has to be a standard. There needs to be a standard. Because man, I done seen too many motherfucking overweight cops. The other day I was at the Lil One game, and I'm like, I was telling my old lady, I'm like, man, who is this motherfucker finna chase down? Like, I'm not in shape. I'm out of shape. I'm like, who are they? What's the first move? They finna draw down and shoot somebody in the ankle. They ain't finna chase shit. This motherfucker look like they gonna chase down an ice cream truck, you know? But it's just like, but my thing is, like I say, so the thing is, like, I think that there should be a standard. And like I say, I'm not knocking it. Like, we can talk about it. We can keep it 100. I've never been the biggest fan, but I understand policing is a tough job. You, man, look, hey, you deal with some shit. I watched some shit, and you know, it changed my perspective. Look, a motherfucker can turn and draw down on you in any moment. It's motherfuckers ain't scared of shooting the fuck out. It's a dangerous job. I'm not knocking that. But we have to have better qualified, more qualified. There has to be standards. And that's what I feel like, because we want to reach these quotas, that we're just kind of filling up a lot of these positions. And I think that's where the problem starts to lie. You know what I mean? And to me, that's the crazy part about it, man. But, you know, it's Minority Report. But, you know, that's my beef with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, too, again, and I've said this before, and I mean, it might not be a popular opinion, but who knows your neighborhood better than you? So you got to have more. We got to get away from a lot of this mentality like that we put on ourselves. If you had more black cops from those neighborhoods, policing those neighborhoods, then I think that you'd have different outcomes, or you would minimize some of these outcomes. But you can't sit here and say, man, fuck them motherfuckers, and then, you know, encourage your kids not to give a fuck, not to, you know, want to be that or do that. And then we continue this not snitching and, okay, hey, well, we just gonna let the crime happen. We ain't gonna say nothing. And then when it happened to you, then you fucked up about it. Oh, they not doing nothing. They don't want to. But when you just saying fuck them motherfuckers like 2 minutes ago, you know, I mean, and it's a double. Like I said, it's a lot of double-edged sword. We just got to change perspective. And the one thing, you know, we talk about as an individual, as a community, you give people the blueprint on how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? You give blue people the blue. So if we treating ourselves like shit, how are people outside the community gonna look at you? No, they treat themselves like shit. So fuck it, we gonna treat them. That's how they treating themselves. So why the fuck we not gonna do the same thing?
So what I don't understand is, why do we try to protect the murderers and everything? Like, we see somebody kill somebody. I don't want you living next door to me knowing you. That's what you out there doing, shooting at.
Yeah, I might not let you borrow a cup of sugar. You gonna get mad at me? Shoot me, goddamn.
We protecting people that's detrimental to our well-being.
Yeah, protecting the wolves. That's what I talked about. Sheep protecting the wolves, and that shit don't make sense. And the wolves just sitting there like, oh, I can't wait for this. They picking out their meals because we protecting them. You know, and I like say, and my thing is this. You know, I'm not knocking them, but if that's your life and that's what you in, you know the consequences of the life that you choose to live. You know, I don't think
but
that
come
people.
On now, this shooter had to run away.
Yeah.
Somebody saw him.
They saying somebody gets in the car or whatever.
I don't know if it was a car or they had to be close enough to shoot 3 people, so and not hit nobody else. So I was assuming they walked up on them, but I don't know.
I'm sure more details will come out as everything goes. But man, like I say, this is fucked up, man, and this is super tough. Like. Again. And
then these celebrities also need to stop telling people where they at. Why are you tweeting where you at? Oh, I'm at this place, their place.
Yeah,
you a celebrity. Stop giving these crazy ass people your location.
They want to motherfucking me. They want to motherfucking me. You know, they want to be a part of their people. That's the thing too. You got to realize, man. Let's be honest, man. Depending on what you promoting and what it is that you doing and support, people don't love you. Shit, who was it? Lennon that got killed, and he was a Beatle or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the book was it?
But your people ain't always your people though.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. What they say. Some of your skin folk ain't your kin folk.
Don't mean they're your people, because they're the main ones to hate on you.
Yeah. And so my thing is, it's like you gotta be more careful. And again, if you promote violence and you promote you know, a bunch of bullshit, then don't be surprised if the motherfuckers that come around you engage in violence and doing a bunch of shit like that, man. So, again, you know, and again, I ain't knocking nobody. Here's my deal. If you in that life and you holding by a certain protocol and a code, and that's what I believe, if you dealing with, you a gangster, you don't deal with gangsters. Leave these common people outside of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave the common folk who did not ask to be a part of that. Leave them out of that. But there's no codes no more. These young niggas especially don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They'll hustle in front of your grandma's house and everything. Yeah.
Back in the day, you do your gang activities in the street, but you never brought the shit home like these young stupid bastards. They bring that shit right to their doorstep, to their grandma's house, to their mama's house. Like, I don't understand that mentality.
Yeah. Like I say, man.
And then you got the young stupid bastards that's chasing after them or shoot up the house and don't give a shit who there. You know, that's how these kids be getting shot too.
Yeah, and the thing is,
run up behind they stupid ass, so they out there doing some shit they ain't got no business doing.
Exactly, and that's why I talk about where it comes to valuing ourselves, because if you value yourself and you understand your value as a human being, you understand the value of another human being, and you wouldn't do some of these things, and you handle things a certain way.
And we look at things objectively. We look at it like, oh, that's Nipsey kids. That person that don't give a shit about Nipsey don't care about his kids.
Don't give no
and
fuck
that's a sad way to say it like that. But they don't care about his kids or his wife.
Yeah. Like I say,
they be some cold-blooded killers out here. These people is not the same as regular people.
Yeah. You mean, and that's what I'm saying, and that's what people got to realize. Like I say, it's wolves. And these motherfuckers is wolves. A wolf don't give a fuck. A wolf will eat another wolf. He's gonna eat a sheep. He gonna fucking get with the sheepdog. It's gonna be whatever, and that's what people got to realize, man. And people just we steadily protecting, because again, and this is why I say, you know, I said a lot of stuff that I said, and people kind of got upset with me because of the wording. But I think if you listen to the context of what I'm trying to say, because I did a video a while back in the old Kush Den, and it was saying why I no longer identify as pro-black. Don't mean I don't care about my black people. Don't mean I don't. But you look at a lot of these so-called pro-black leaders, they just out to scam people. You know, people who putting that title up, they know everything. They got all the answers. These people doing this to you. These people doing this to you. You know, we this, and this. But yet you ain't coming with no solutions. But then when it comes to us and our own issues, because I think, you know, hey, you got to clean your own house before you can talk shit about your neighbor. You know, your neighbor might throw a little trash on your yard, but if your yard already trashy, then what the fuck? Nobody gonna fucking notice, you know, but you. But that ain't my trash. The rest of this trash is mine, but that little piece of trash right there, that little Burger King napkin, that ain't my shit. You know, that ain't my shit. The rest of this tire and this old busted up car and this fucking dirt, everything, but you gonna complain about that Burger King. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about that, because the thing about it is, you live in trash. You don't even care about that one piece. And we gotta clean up our own fucking.
Exactly. We really do.
Yeah. You know, and that's the thing, man. Like, we don't want to do that. We want to point the blame at everything else. And yeah, there may be some historical shit there, but guess what? You can't change history, but you can change yourself. But people don't want to do that.
And I don't want to hear shit about no white people on this case. But this wasn't no damn conspiracy. This was some hating ass Negro. He probably had some old ties with or something that saw him and saw the opportunity and did what he had to do. Not had to do, but did, you know.
Yeah. So say TMZ said a dude approached Nipsey on foot and fled in the car that was waiting. So it was a couple people that was involved in this. But again, like I say.
Oh, really?
So here's the thing.
I got to do a little more research. Then I ain't see that part.
And so here's the thing, man. One, again, if people saw that somebody was on foot, what color was he? Let's be.
You know they approaching you with a hood on or something. They ain't just, hey, Nipsey, how you doing?
Yeah, let's be real about the shit. And then again, if people want to say, well, you know, Dr. Sebi, the ties, this, and this. Okay, well then if it's still, you had to go find somebody who was willing to do this shit. And again, there's cutthroat motherfuckers out there that don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They'll do anything for $1. Like somebody called in there and said, these young niggas will do something for $100. This niggas do something for some dope. These addicts who will do some shit for some damn dope. Like, man, look, let's be realistic. But here's the thing, though. We quick to point the other thing we don't know, and that's why. So that's what I say. I know
he tweeted something about having enemies, so I kind of think he kind of knew somebody didn't like him or something.
Okay, so black male in this 20 sources say driver was a female. Well, there you go. There you go, right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. These young niggas, if one of these young niggas do it for clout, because a lot of these young niggas wasn't fucking with Nipsey like that. Let's be realistic. Like I've talked to a bunch of you. Oh man, he ain't. No, don't nobody want to hear that old head shit, man. You know, he's boring, or you know this and this. I talked to a bunch of you. Oh man, you know this and this. You know, because you know the youngsters, they don't want to hear nothing about no game. They want to hear about everything hard and tough and
don't
perfect
have
sense.
shit going on in their life. They willing to take a life that easy. They ain't got a life. They ain't got shit going for themselves.
Yeah.
That's why they don't mind.
Yeah, and that's
and
what
they
I
gonna
say.
burn in hell. They gonna burn in hell. They ain't gonna escape justice.
Yeah.
The police might not catch them, but they ain't shit gonna go right for them in their life.
Yeah.
They still gonna be a loser ass nobody. So they ain't getting away with nothing. They might think they're getting away with something, but they not. And they, all the people that saw them and ain't saying shit, you ain't gonna have good luck either. So. Yeah, I put that hex on all of them, goddamn, because I don't like the shit. The shit is over.
You put the hex on it. Hold on, let me make sure
I put that voodoo on.
Let me stay on your good side, Rashida. I don't want no plex. You know, you my favorite denizen. You know, I be appreciating your you know, I don't want no problems. But yeah, man, and I agree. You know, Mike, look, like I said, I'm 34 years old, man, and was into some stupid shit for a while. Did I have to be? No, but I was.
Dumb stuff. You know, that's part of growing up. You do dumb shit, you know.
Yeah. And then, like I
said, you
would
change your life.
Exactly, and that's what it's about.
Turn your life around.
Making motherfucking changes. You can't continue to accept that shit, and that's where the problem lies, man. And I sit here and I talk about it. You just got two different types of people. Every culture has two. You got your upstanding and your upstanding people. I'm not saying they all crystal clean. They got some little dirt they do, but then you got those people who live in the criminal mindset at all times. You got people who just want the worst for everything. You want people who want the worst for themselves because they think the worst of themselves. They operate just from a negative aspect of life, and they're not trying to do better. But it's everybody else's fault that they can't do better. Instead of seeing, man, like, what people don't realize is blame is power. Blame is power. If you can take the blame, that means you take the responsibility. That means you take the power. That means you control your outcome. Hey, you know what? It's my fault that this happened. So since it was my fault, I can control the outcome. I can fix the problem because it was my fault. You know, but people don't want to see that. People don't want to look at it like that, man. People just want to, you know, hey, it's this person over here is why I can't do nothing. Okay, so whenever you come up and you do something right, make sure you pay that person, since it was motherfucking me, them that made it happen. Because when you do good, people want to take all the credit, but when it's bad, people don't. They want to blame everybody else, man. Every mistake I made was my own personal decision. So that means every success I have should be my own personal decision. But you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I've been on here a minute. Let me end it by just saying that. You know, I'm from Chicago, so I definitely know about gang life and all this. Not that I was in a gang or nothing, but, you know, I know ex-gang members and things like that. Some of them, you know, in jail for a long time, and others got out, turned their life around and doing good. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about that person, you know. So he did good with his life after, you know, he made his mistakes when he was younger. You know, you're supposed to give people another chance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just because you started out that way don't mean that's how you're going to end up. You might start out in the streets and then end up, you know, doing way better in your life. Why do you always have to go back to a way the person bring up their old life when something happens to them?
That's the easiest way.
That's the first thing they want to put out. He was an ex-gang banger.
Because that's the easiest way for the majority of the process. Oh, okay, so he deserved it. Just like you had a couple of trolls come in here and say, well, he was doing this. And he was, no, the fuck he wasn't. Again, and that's why I say, you know, I try to be cautious about how I speak on people, because I don't like being misrepresented and I don't want to misrepresent other people. But if the man had turned his life around, you know, or if they get with some shit that I don't, hey, I may not agree with this or may not agree with that, but hey, I got to give credit where credit is due. But, you know, a lot of people don't want to do that.
So we want to go right back to the negative. You know, we don't want to shine the light on. He was a Grammy-nominated person. You know, he had a great album. You know, he was doing things in his life, married, kids, you know, store, you know, making money the right way, the legal way, you know.
Exactly, man. I think he had a little cryptocurrency going on. He had a bunch of, man, when I say he had his hands in a lot of different business aspects. And I mean, it's just unfortunate that it happened the way that it did. But man, You know, and people don't want to. The reason why people only stick to that old shit is because most people don't change, and so they don't believe that other people can change. They just want to believe it's all a lie or a facade, and it's really they apply themselves to other people, and so that's why people always want to refer to the old shit. So people say, "Oh, he's still the same person he was," because they still the same person he was, man.
And I don't think he would have got Lauren London if he was still that kind of person.
Yeah.
You know, the actress, beautiful actress. You know, she do her thing out there. I ain't seen her in a minute though, but yeah, she do her thing. You know. So I don't think he would have landed her if he was still involved in all that other kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, she a celebrity. She ain't finna get involved with the shenanigans.
Exactly. Yeah. But I know somebody else probably trying to call in. They talking about me in the chat. I can't see, but I'm finna go back and look.
Y'all better watch out. Y'all better delete the messages for Rashida to come get y'all. Well, that's a bet, Miss Rashida, man. Yeah, as you know, as always, I appreciate your call.
Okay, no problem. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right.
Let me see. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is Anthony J.
Anthony J, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
Man, I'm pretty sure everybody, you know, feels the same, man. This one hurt.
Yeah.
This one hurt for real, man. But like I've been telling everybody, man, you know, as Nip would say, it's a marathon. So it's time for us to kind of take it and run with it, man, because he gave us the blueprint. You know, for years, man, he was really giving us the game. You know, a lot of the younger cats might not really understand. I'm 29, about to be 30.
Yeah.
But so to me, it hit me kind of, you know, on that grown man level. And a lot of the younger generation, they just not getting it. They just want something that just pop fast and just talk about doing crazy stuff. This is coming from a cat that lived that life, and then he changed his life around, man. So that's why this one hurts, you know, a lot more than you know, other people that have passed on. But you know, with this, we just gotta, you know, take that energy and, you know, not let his spirit die, man. That's really what I kind of want everybody to take from it. You know, we all know those other powers out there. We all know they got something to do with it. They gonna try to bring up, oh, he was a crip this, crip that. Man, they gonna bring that up every single time. But for the people that really knew what he was about and what he stood for, we ain't falling for it.
Yeah.
We already know about the whole Dr. Sebi stuff. We already know. We already on that. So that's all I wanted to say, man. Everybody, just really pay attention to what's going on. I ain't no real big conspiracy person.
Yeah.
But hell, we know. Shit, we know what's going on. But, yeah, man, that's all I want to drop to everybody, man. Y'all just keep y'all head up, man. And, you know, hey, look at the example that he left for us, man. Like, take that, run with it. This is to show everybody that, hey, man, we need to stop playing around and really start doing something with our time and doing something for other people that's, you know, not just rooting for us all the time. Sometimes you need to be that person that pushes somebody else that look down on themselves and give them an encouraging word or just show them, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how we're going to do it. You know, and that can go a lot further than you get to the top and then you just looking down at everybody, talking about everybody, all kinds of drama, you know, that type of stuff. But, yeah, man, that's all I want to drop today, man.
Already, man. Appreciate the call there, Anthony.
All right, good.
Already. Man, I'm telling y'all know normally on Sunday nights at 10 we do Confession Sundays. And I didn't even realize it was damn near almost 10 o'clock. I'm debating it. I don't know if I still want to or not, because I said I wouldn't. But we gonna see. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Yeah, but I just want to say one more thing, because I was pretty much hearing everybody talking. I just remembered something just now. All right, man, but now we live in a society where people really don't care about people's feelings, and pretty much if you did something to people, people are going to try to get you back at it. I'm not saying Nipsey did anything to nobody, because I don't know his life. I don't know what he did. I don't know where he came from. But I just want everybody to know that just starting from today, like, I know you can't control the past, whatever you did. Just try to, like, treat people the right way. right way from now on, man. Because like nowadays, man, people would go out and kill people for just shit that you could do towards them, and you might not think it's a big deal, but it may think it's a big deal to them because like because I seen it in both hands. I seen one of my roommates try to fight his own dad, try to pull up, try to run around San Antonio, try to find this dude, tracking this dude down. I seen next year, I seen my other roommate try to kill an old girl for just cheating on him right in front of his dorm room, try to get her mama, her dad, try to wipe the whole family around right in front of my face. And I had to stop that shit, and that's why I got on T-Tal and them for pretty much the situation where it was just like, oh man, dog can do what I want to do, man. I'm oh man, like I condone that, man. Like I really like I'm proud of my past and proud of what I did, how I was cheating on him and nobody, man. I was just like, man, this society how it is right now. I know how y'all grown up then. I know it's different then, but hey, it's different now, man. And we just seeing this shit right now. But I just wanted to say that for anybody that needs to hear that, man. To being honest.
All right. Well, that's a bet, man. I appreciate you calling it, Josh.
All right, man.
All right. I think I'm gonna make that the last call for the evening, man. I think I'm gonna make that a wrap for the night. And a lot of good calls, man. A lot of things to think about. Okay, we got one more. I guess we'll take this one. Look, I almost wrapped it all the way. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Oh, they didn't hung up. Goddamn, well, I was gonna try to take that last one. Yeah, the phone is definitely blowing the ears out. We got. I guess we take this one last one. We gotta say I'm finna wrap it up. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hello, hello. I don't know. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay, well, that's two no-goes in a row. We're going to shut the line down, goddamn. Look, I be trying to see this what happened the other night. I tried to take a couple more calls. Motherfuckers don't want to even answer the goddamn phone, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate who enjoyed the conversation, who came through. Like I say, man, honestly, this really wasn't even about, trying to pick up nothing new, because the people who've been fucking with the den for a while know that, when I don't fuck with a whole lot of rap music, but Nipsey is a person that I've discussed quite often in the den because I like what he's about. I like what he's on, and man, I can't lie. Again, like I say, Pac was cool. Love what Pac was about. Biggie was cool. In his own right. Whatever. I really wasn't on the whole East Coast tip, but I listened to Biggie. I don't think it had the same impact. Like I said, I can remember where I was when Pac was. More local Houston artists. Even though they was on some different type of shit, but where I'm at in my life right now, in the selective shit that I listen to, the limited amount of rap that I listen to, and this being one of the maybe 3 to 4 artists that I listen to, and fucking this type of shit going down, like we've had this conversation, we've been talking for 2 hours and some change, man, and it still don't even seem realistic. Like, it's not like I know him personally or nothing, but the marathon continues, like Caller said, like Anthony said, man. And that's just kind of what I was thinking. I said that, Nip and just some of his lyrics, like when I got to get back to work, and I said I'm going to go run in the morning. I've been planning this whole, get back right session. But then this happens. Like I said, I had my whole day planned tomorrow, how I'm going to start approaching things. I said I want to start doing things differently with the channel and all this stuff. And it just fucked me up. Like, Sunday nights are usually the nights that we wild out in the den. We talk crazy, we share some old off the wall shit. We have real fun. We tell some old, ratchet ass, raunchy historical stories of ourselves. Confession night. I had something special lined up, but we'll just save it for next week. I had something special for the confessions, and I'm not even. And I appreciated Maria, and I appreciated Michael. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. The den, one thing y'all gotta know, we're all friends in the den. Sometimes we may agree, sometimes we may disagree, but it's all about seeing different perspectives and understandings. Sometimes we're degenerates, sometimes we're denizens, sometimes we are den folk, but we're always friends in the den. And just like I say, man, like right now, I'm fucked up because, like I say, I got something. Like when y'all see it, hopefully next week it'll be kosher. Next week it'll be kosher. Heidi, you don't ever agree because you're German. You're a racist. But we still love you. But I mean, I had something cool for this, and it's just like I don't even got the juice to do it this week. Like I don't even got the juice to do it this week. So hopefully next week, you know, I'll pull a little rabbit out the hat for y'all for Sunday night confessions. We're gonna start doing something different. Because like I say, normally we go at 10 in the evening, 10 to midnight. You know, just kind of talk late like grown folks supposed to. But we'll be back at it tomorrow night. I'm finna get ready to wind it down, and I'm gonna just chill. Oh, what? Oh, you got a confession? Oh, okay. Look, hold on. We gonna remember that. You know, we might have to have Monday night confessions, because you know, confessions is something I look forward to. Like I don't want to wait a whole week for these good old confessions. You know, if Miss Thang says she got, what time is it? You got 5 minutes. But no. Okay, hold on. Okay, I see some of the regulars in. Like, if y'all gonna be honest, this is what I do, because y'all know I do this for the people, man. I try to do my best for y'all. Y'all can't be hesitating and stalling on the calling and all that shit. If I say we go live at 10:30, and you know, usually go 2 hours, and I go hour and a half tonight instead of the whole 2 hours. Or do y'all want to still have a confession Sunday? I'm not gonna do what I had planned. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all talking about. We'll take a small vote. Give me a 1 if y'all still want to have a. Oh, it's 11:30. Oh, okay, well I'm in Central Standard Time. But if y'all want to wait, we can wait. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I'm in a bad mood. But the confessions are always usually a good time, and that might just pick up. I just don't know. I'm just kind of everywhere, Mike. Right? You know, like I said, I am. It's just kind of everywhere, and I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to bed all fucked up. I'm gonna be all sad and shit. But like I say, hey man, like the caller said, it's time for us to pick it up and take the marathon. I'm gonna chill tonight. It's time for us to pick it up though, man, and the marathon continues with us. You know what I'm saying? And so we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll say the confession for next Sunday, and we'll make it shake, man. Y'all want to do Monday night? Cause I know y'all said we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. We should wait. Can't go from sad to nasty. All right. Which what gym you hit up there, Captain Digley? And like I say, you know, my thing is, it's just tough, man. It is. It is tough. So we'll push the confessions till tomorrow. We'll see what's shaking. But with that being said, man. Okay. I'm gonna have to look into that. Let me see where that's at. Cause I know I ain't too far from you. But I appreciate everybody who came through. I'll shoot you a message on the Facebook in a little bit. I appreciate all y'all, man. Everybody's new who joined in. They got a video already. Are you serious? Somebody already confessing the shit? Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, man. I'm gonna go see. Keep it real time, Raleigh. I appreciate it. But I thank everybody who came through, man. Everybody who called in, everybody who shared, you know, some information. You know, let's not let this be a time of, and I know I'm saying it, and I've been kind of down today. Let's use this as motivation, man. You know, we talk about a lot of these artists and having legacies, but this was a real legacy because he was really doing something. The other artists were cool, and they had found, and I'm not knocking what they did, but Nipsey was on another level that you can't say there were too many artists who did it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. With that being said, hey, I'm still ending on the right note, man. Y'all ain't got to go home. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm out. Till tomorrow. What y'all doing? Y'all still in here? Why y'all still here? What y'all doing? I don't know what y'all talking about. I appreciate y'all.